Rivalry that started in 1928 when Calvin Coolidge was president. There were 48 stars on the U.S. flag, and Mickey Mouse was just about to make his movie debut. Today, they meet for the 90th time. It's Cincinnati versus Xavier in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Dan Hoard with Terry Nelson and Mo Egger here at Fifth Third Arena. We have Elliot Rearing back in the studio, and we appreciate you tuning in to the Cincinnati broadcast as we'll see if the Bearcats can end a 3-year losing streak head-to-head against the Xavier Musketeers. The Stars are out today. We told you that Kenyon Martin is in attendance. Ruben Patterson is here. Steve Logan is here. Melvin Levitt is here. Lenny Stokes is here. Former Bearcat interim coach Larry Davis is here. We'll see if all of these guys can bring some collective mojo and help the Bearcats pull off the upset.
Dan Hoard is here. Come on, man. All the energy is starting to pick up. The lights are down. The anticipation is building. The flags are ready to come out. This is something that the people, when they buy their season tickets or they get that mini pack, they are looking for the Crosstown Shootout, especially when it's at home, and I'm praying that we show out today.
And it doesn't look like many Cincinnati fans gave up their tickets. There is very little blue in attendance today. A little pocket at the very top of Section 201. Maybe those were the tickets that were allotted to Xavier, but nonetheless, just about everybody in the building is wearing either red or black. Let's get to T-Nell's keys to the game.
Well, Dan, first off is transition defense. That's first and foremost. This team in their 8 wins average 18 points and 6 wins average 18 points in transition offense. In their 3 losses, they're averaging only 9. So we got to get back, identify where the shooters are in the passing lanes, in our lanes, but more importantly, give it back to them. Make them run and make them get back. So transition game. Secondly, Dan, we got to have the Debo effect. It's been a while since we had Craig and Day-Day and all that. We got to have the Debo effect. Xavier have some Debos on their guys. They're going to play physical. So we got to play physical in the post. They're going to try to post Davenport. They're going to try to post DeJulius. They're going to try to post Locken. They're going to be physical. They have bodies, 7-footers. Even though they're the strength of their offense, 90% of their offense is in their starting 5, they have some guys and some dudes on this team that if all they can do is push and rebound at 7 feet, they will do that. So we got to be up for the challenge. And lastly, Dan, bombs away. We got to hit 3 threes. We got to really come out and let the three-point shot fuel the crowd and make sure that the energy in the building is fueled by the fact that we got some dudes that can knock them down. DeJulius, Davenport, Nolly, Skillings, Reed, all capable. We don't need capable. We need actuality today.
This is the first true road game that Xavier has played this season. Cincinnati obviously hoping that the home court advantage makes a difference. Historically, the home team has fared well. Since Xavier moved into the Cintas Center, the Bearcats have only won 1 time there. Xavier has done obviously a little bit better than that at Fifth Third Arena over the years. Cincinnati leads the all-time series 51-38, but Xavier has won 3 straight and 7 out of the last 9.
Yeah, they have really taken over. You know, we're 9-6 here in this building, but, you know, they have really dominated over the – I mean, you can go back 25 years, and they have 18 out of 25. They have just dominated this series. And there's no better time in the present under a new regime. Guys are really looking to establish themselves legacy-wise. I mean, you want to live on forever in Cincinnati? Show out in the Crosstown Shootout, and you'll never get your skyline. You never get that bill for that skyline as long as you live here.
We all remember that Bob Huggins and Pete Gillen famously refused to shake hands after the game in 1994. The 2 Millers, Wes Miller and Sean Miller, just shook hands prior to the game today, and I'm sure they will do it again at the end of the game. They're obviously not related, but the battle for the Miller name begins with this edition of the Crosstown Shootout as Wes Miller and Sean Miller go head-to-head here at Fifth Third Arena.
Wes Miller walks across the court to go shake hands with Kenyon Martin. He acknowledges royalty, made sure that he walked from across the court in the middle with that game face on, went straight to Kenyon and put his hand out, and Kenyon stood up and greeted him and really showed appreciation for Wes making that gesture.
It's obviously been a very eventful time here at the University of Cincinnati with the change in the football coaching situation. Luke Fickell heading to Wisconsin. Scott Satterfield taking over as Cincinnati's new head coach. There are a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of football recruits in attendance today, including guys that had been committed to Cincinnati under Coach Fickle. The new coaching staff hoping to convince them to keep that commitment to UC. So a bunch of those guys are here today, along with other possible recruits that could be joining the Bearcat football program. So here's hoping for a tremendous atmosphere and a great performance by Cincinnati.
Yeah, I wish it was the season that we could have basketball players in here, but the football team will take it, use whatever we can. When we bring basketball guys into football, we use it as a recruiting tool. Now we're bringing those football guys in to watch basketball, and I pray we put on a show.
Well, Xavier coming off a season that saw the Musketeers make a coaching change. One game into the NIT last year, they fired their head coach, Travis Steele. He had been there for 4 years, did not make it to the NCAA tournament, and when that's the case at Xavier, they're only going to be patient for so long, and 4 years was the limit without making the NCAA tournament. So Coach Steele was dismissed after winning a first-round game in the NIT. Days later, they brought Sean Miller back after he had spent 12 years as the head coach at Arizona. And assistant coach Jonas Hayes took over the Musketeers during the NIT, and they went on to win the thing. So Sean Miller inherits a team that has a lot of players back from that NIT squad, including Jack Nungy, who went off against Cincinnati last year. 31 points and 15 rebounds, his career highs in both categories in his first game in the Crosstown Shootout.
It's always, Dan, you've been doing this. How many years have done the Crosstown Shootout, man?
I believe this is my 24th.
Yeah, so you've seen in 24 years, and I know Mo, ever since Mo has been able to watch the TV, every game there's been some player that you didn't even expect to come out and become a star in this game. And we hope that that's the case for the Bearcats. Maybe one of the freshmen, maybe is it Skillings, is it Josh Reed, somebody that they don't expect to come out and have a good game, but really steps up their game and really meets the moment.
Well, they are bringing the A game in terms of game presentation at Fifth Third Arena today. We've had pyrotechnics as Cincinnati came charging out onto the court. The smoke is finally lifted, and momentarily we'll have the lights come back on as we get set for these two teams to go at it for the 90th time.
You know what? I remember when I played, we did something like this. I think it was against DePaul. We had pyrotechnics or something machine, and it took maybe 15 minutes for the smoke to get out the building because they didn't have quite the ventilation system that we have in this new beautiful arena. Shouts out to all those that helped raise the funds in order to get this building the way it is right now, because it's one of the spectacles and it's spectacular in fashion in college basketball, and it's littered with the greats, whether you played here or not. This is a hot ticket. You could have sold your ticket, Dan, to the Xavier fans and paid for Christmas for the next 2 years.
How dare you suggest I would sell my ticket to the Xavier fans? That is heresy in the Hoard household.
That's true. Yes.
Well, as we get set for this matchup, neither team is in the top 25 this year. That is pretty unusual for the Crosstown Shootout. Usually one or the other or both are nationally ranked, but Xavier is not far away. If you look at the Ken Palm ranking, Xavier's number 29 in the country. Cincinnati is number 71. Ken Palm uses its metrics and statistical formulas to predict scores in games. They have Xavier winning 79-77, so that would be a high-scoring and obviously very tight game.
It's 70s. Come on, man. This is it's going to get open. It's going to be tight for a little bit, but you'll always have that time where the game gets up and down. I mean, in those 8 4-minute segments that you're going to have, at least 4 of those is going to be up and down, where guys are just firing, shooting threes. We have to not foul and not put guys at the free throw line, because Sule Boom, this is the guy who last year at UTEP led the Conference USA in free throws and free throw attempts. So he's a guy that will get to the line and be crafty with it.
Silly Boom has played more than 130 college basketball games, and his career free throw percentage is 84%. So if you put him on the line, he is going to make it.
Out of Oaktown, Hammer, 357. E40. You got all those guys out there too short. Now, we want him to be too short coming up in the game today. We don't want him going because Xavier's top 5. They're 5 guys. Either one of them can pick your poison. They can beat you. They're big, so they can run the floor and post. They can score. They can hold their own offensively. And then they're wing players. Colby Jones may be their best player, all-around player, leading the team in assists, second in the conference in assists, and almost 6 per game. But he can guard the 1 through 3. He's a playmaker out there, and he was the most outstanding player of the 22 NIT. He's the guy that's going to come out and try to establish himself today.
Well, we heard head coach Wes Miller talking about Jeremiah Davenport and his broken nose. Suffered last Sunday, multiple places, by the way, in the broken nose. Happened last Sunday against Bryant. He has been practicing this week with a clear mask. It would be his decision today, according to Coach Miller, whether to wear the mask or not. And as he takes the court, he is wearing the see-through mask covering the broken nose.
For now. I was at practice on Thursday, and he threw it off. He got tired of it. You know, you miss 3-4 in a row in practice, and you get upset. And you think it's the mask because you don't have the same focus. And no matter what he put up, he could not get, so he just took the mask and slung it. When I watched him, when I saw that nose, when he got up off the ground, I said, oh, those eyes are coming next. I've had my nose broken twice, and I know the blood rushes from your nose and fills those ducts right below your eyes, and they turn black. Doesn't look good, so keeping the mask on would kind of shield it from him.
Cincinnati wearing black jerseys, black shorts. Xavier, white jerseys, white shorts. Jack Nunge will jump for Xavier. Nunge is 7 feet tall. Victor Locken will jump for Cincinnati. Big Vic listed at 6'11".
We still kind of wait to get the smoke off. I know he's telling these guys they got to move all the pyrotechnics and move the fire stuff. It's a hazard for the players who fly out of bounds trying to block a shot and end up running into a fire extinguisher.
Kenyon Martin is seated directly across the court from T. Nell.
I don't want to guard him. K-Mart. I mean, looking dapper. He's got the red shirt on with the red shoes. Looking good. Receiving the love from all the people. At some point, they will bring him out and acknowledge him throughout this game and watch that. We're going to need it when we need the most energy. That's when you bring him out.
Kenyon's got salt and pepper beard these days. Hard to believe any gray hairs on his head or on his facial hair.
Man.
We all have such fond memories of his incredible 4 years as a UC Bearcat.
He's the very definition of Bearcat toughness. I mean, he was a guy as a freshman that sat under the basket and goaltended everything because he said he never played man-to-man. Coach told him to sit in the middle of the zone and block everything. And then Chuck Mayshot got a hold of him. And by the time his senior year came, he was the best defensive player since Alonzo Mourning in college. He was feared. People didn't want to shoot around him. Not only was he a shot blocker, but he would dunk on you as well.
All right, the TV crew broadcasting the game today is finished with their on-camera stuff, so we are just about ready to get this game underway. Cincinnati will be going from right to left from our vantage point. And we are set for the opening jump. It is whiffed initially and then grabbed by Micah Adams-Woods after it was tapped backward by Jack Nunge. So the Bearcats have the ball to begin the game. David DeJulius catches between the circles. Sully Boom defends. DeJulius penetrates, draws 2 defenders, throws it backward for Landers. Nolly, it's stolen by Kunkel. Dribbles the other way. No-look pass for Colby Jones. He juggled it briefly, and Cincinnati prevented him from getting to the hoop. Now Zach Fremantle drives right to the basket, blows by Davenport and dunks it in.
Yeah, scramble situation. Couldn't really identify the guys. They were trying to get the steal and gave up a basket.
So Xavier takes a 2-0 lead. Cincinnati turning it over on its first possession. Adams-Woods near the top of the circle, stops at the right elbow, throws it backward for Nolly. Colby Jones on him. Adams-Woods gets it back, picked up on a switch by Colby Jones. Here's DeJulius, guarded by Boom, fakes a 3, passes to Adams-Woods. 3-point shot. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound by Victor Locken, and he's fouled by Jack Nunge.
Victor Locken is a tremendous offensive rebounder, known for getting inside and keeping plays alive. And right there, he was fortunate enough to get his hands on the ball and try to put it back up and get shoved and get a pair of free throws.
Now can Big Vic make some foul shot? It's been a problem this year. He's hit 42%, 15 out of 36. The crowd will get quiet. 3 dribbles by Locken. His first shot of the day is good.
26, Dan. 26 offensive rebounds so far now for Victor Locken.
Victor had 16 points, 13 boards in Cincinnati's most recent game. The 13 rebounds, a new career high. Waits to get the ball back. He has it now after making his first foul shot. Takes a deep breath, shrugs his shoulders. 3 more dribbles, spins the ball, puts up the second shot. Off the right side of the rim, no good. And Xavier has the rebound. 2-1 Musketeers as Boom dribbles past center court up the far sideline. Julius on him defensively. Boom continues to dribble outside the arc. Now Nunji, top of the circle. Locken comes out to defend. Here's Colby Jones to the free throw line. Good defense by Nolly. Kunkel catches on the left wing. Crossover dribble, feeds it to Nunji. Pump fakes, drives into the lane. Puts up a runner that's no good. Davenport has the rebound for Cincinnati and dribbles the other way for the Bearcats. Jeremiah driving on Fremantle. Floating shot, no good. Fremantle has the rebound. Throws it ahead for Boom, who can fly. He dribbles into the front court. Wes Miller's jacket comes off at the 18:22 mark. Now Boom's pass got deflected to a teammate, and Colby Jones makes a 3-point shot.
Colby Jones knocking him down, shooting 55% early on. That's his 12th of the season, 12 and 21 tries.
And he was 26% from outside the arc a year ago. 5-1 Xavier. We've played about 2 minutes. Here's Locken dribbling along the 3-point line. Shovel pass to Julius. His jump shot bangs off the left side of the rim. No good. Colby Jones with the rebound. Guns it ahead to Sully Boom. Taps the brakes at the 3-point line. Now Nunji lobs it under the basket. Fremantle with the catch, and he banks it in.
If you're going to front the post, you got to push him under the basket. You can't let the offensive player ride you out from front of the basket. It gives him a bigger passing angle. 2
baskets for Zach Fremantle. 7-1 Xavier. We've played 2.5 minutes. Here's Locken just inside the 3-point line. Hands it backward for Nolly. Nolly shoots a 2-point jumper. A little bit too strong. Kunkel tipped the rebound. It goes to Colby Jones. Jones dribbles past center court. Now Nunji has it outside the arc. Hands it backward for Kunkel. Kunkel drives, bounces it down low. Fremantle guarded by Davenport. Passes out to Boom. Makes a 3-point shot and gets fouled by Landers Nolly.
So they call it a 2-point shot, foot on the line. And Nolly was in between no man's land. He was in between digging down to help Davenport or coming out and sticking the 3-point. He chose wrong, and he paid for it.
On the scoreboard, that has been ruled a 3-point shot. We'll see after the timeout whether it's a 2 or a 3. Right now, it's 10-1 in favor of Xavier, and Sully Boom will be going to the line after that foul on Landers Nolly.
Yeah, he is. I told you, he's a guy that gets to the free throw line in an amazing clip. And he can actually, he makes you think about it. He can go downhill, but when he does that pullback dribble and puts up the shot, if you are close, he will flail and kick his legs out.
I believe it's a 3 for Sully Boom, and it's a 10-1 Xavier lead. Exactly what Bearcat fans feared. Xavier's firepower helping the Musketeers jump out to the big early lead. They've made 4 out of 5 shots, including 2 for 2 from outside the arc. Xavier number 2 in the country in 3-point shooting percentage.
He said, so our SID said they called it a 2, but they put the 3 on there. Now referee just said, wait a minute, no, that's a 3.
It is a 3-point basket. So the score is correct, 10-1 Xavier. And Boom is at the line to try to make it a 4-point play. His shot is up, and Xavier has a 10-point lead right off the bat, 11-1. Mike Adams-Wood slowly dribbling up the floor. Kunkel will pick him up near the top of the key. Micah penetrating now. Jumps and passes to Davenport. Kunkel on him. Davenport with a 2-point jumper. It is no good. Rebound gets tipped by Fremantle. It's grabbed by Kunkel. Whip his pass ahead for Sully Boom. Now Kunkel to Nunji outside the arc. Nunji yet to dribble. Passes to Boom. Left-hand penetration into the lane. Feeds it to Nunji. His shot is up and in. It's 13-1 Xavier.
Just like a push shot. It's not a jump hook, not a jump shot. You sort of push it in there.
Xavier 5 out of 6 thus far. Cincinnati is 0 for 5 from the floor. 1 for 2 from the line. Now Landers Nolly between 2 defenders. Pump fakes. Passes for Davenport. 3-point shot from the wing. No good. Weak side rebound for Sully Boom. Crosses center court on the dribble. Driving to the wing. Now gives up his dribble, passes to Nunji, feeds it right back to Boom. Boom guarded by DeJulius. Cincinnati thought that should have been a moving screen on Nunji. Colby Jones flips it to Fremantle, top of the key, passes under the basket, and a foul be called on Victor Locken.
Got to get him out now so he doesn't pick up that second one.
First foul on Victor Locken. He'll come out of the game. Odi Oguama will check in. Not a shooting foul for the Musketeers. They'll throw it in with 20 seconds on the shot clock. They have a 13-1 lead. Here's Colby Jones on the right wing. Top of the key for Sully Boom. Passes to a wide-open Kunkel. Three-point shot, no good. Long rebound run down by David DeJulius. DeJulius with a left-hand dribble into the front court. Pull-up three. It's good.
He's got to get going. Transition is where he can excel because it's not a crowded space.
Took 7 attempts. Cincinnati finally has a bucket. The Bearcats trail 13-4. Nunji for three. No good. Offensive rebound. Fremantle goes back up. His shot is no good. And it is rebounded by Nolly. Landers throws it ahead for Mike Adams-Woods. Driving toward the lane, had the ball poked free. Micah gets it back. Penetrates, lobs it out to Nolly. Touch pass to DeJulius. Pump fakes. Now passes, gets it back, feeds it under the basket, and Oguama lays it in.
Pivoting around and round and round, and then the transition game.
Xavier throws it the length of the floor, cut by Nunji. Misses a hook, rebounded by Oguama. Cincinnati has scored 5 straight. The Bearcats are down by 7. DeJulius in the front court. Three-point shot from straight away. It is no good and rebounded by Fremantle. 13-6. Xavier will have a timeout at the next dead ball. 14:50 left in the half. Sully Boom walks it into the front court. Guarded by DeJulius. Now Colby Jones right under the basket. Nearly stolen by Oguama. He knocks it out of bounds. And that takes us to our first media timeout. The score, Xavier 13, Cincinnati 6. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare, Medicaid plan.
What happened to two-sided flippable mattresses? When the original mattress factory was founded in 1990, all the mainstream mattress manufacturers made two-sided mattresses. Over time, they switched to lower-quality one-sided models to cut costs. At OMF, we still make two-sided mattresses because they offer the best durability and support. And thanks to our factory direct model, we can offer them at the best value anywhere. Visit an OMF location today to see the difference a two-sided mattress can make. OriginalMattress.com.
It's smart to use a smart doorbell or smart fridge, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account waives ATM fees in any U.S. Bank and MoneyPass network. Has no monthly maintenance.
Leads 13-6. We've played a little more than 5 minutes in the 90th. Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Right now, UC's new head football coach, Scott Satterfield, is on the court. Standing right on the seepaw, talking to the fans. He just acknowledged that he's got Kerry Combs staying. Kerry signing a 3-year contract to remain part of the staff. That got a huge round of applause. And although I did not hear his final remarks, whatever he said got the fans fired up as Coach Satterfield walks off the court.
He said that Dan was going to make some shots tonight.
I hope somebody does.
Yeah, so now the Bearcats got to make some shots tonight, Dan. Right now, Xavier is shooting 50%, which seems like it was blazing at 1.5 of 6. Now they're at 50%, 2 of 4 from downtown, 50%. Cats are 2 of 9. So it's not a thing that they're not getting the looks that they want. They just came out cold. Davenport had a few of those shots, didn't go down. He's 0 of 3. DeJulius hit one and then missed a couple, but they have to get into a flow. Once the stress of the game and the emotions settle down a little bit, you can really get some basketball. So look anywhere from that 12 to 4-minute timeout, the game will loosen up and you'll see some good basketball.
Cincinnati started the game 0 for 6. Bearcats have made a couple of shots since. And as a result, it is 13-6. Xavier, after the Musketeers had an early 13-1 lead. Dan Skillings checking in during the timeout for Cincinnati. The Bearcats will have Nolly, Oguama, Adams Woods, Skillings, and Davenport on the floor. David DeJulius comes out.
You know, Dan, this Crosstown rivalry has been one that started, 1927?
28.
1927.
March of 28, yep.
Yeah, so that game, Xavier won 29-25. How much the game has expanded since then, the passing, the cutting. And right now, you're looking at a team that is loaded in their starting five. They may sub a couple here and there, but they are very top-heavy with their starters, and we got to just wear them down.
Desmond Claude checks in for Xavier. Adam Kunkel takes a seat. Desmond Claude, a highly touted freshman from Connecticut. Xavier has the ball. Here's Sully Boom dribbling it out to center court as the Musketeers set up their half-court offense. Boom dribbles toward the right wing, bounces it down low. Colby Jones defended by Nolly, who has one foul. Tough follow-away shot is no good. Dan Skillings with the rebound. He had 13 in Cincinnati's last game. The Bearcats have the ball. They've scored the last 5 points, but they trail by 7, 13-6. Adams Woods between the circles. Dribbles toward the left point. Guarded by Boom. Fires a pass to the opposite side of the floor in Davenport. Now on the wing. Nolly thought he got fouled. Launched up a desperation shot. No good. No foul. Xavier's ball. Boom flies into the front court. Passes for Fremantle. Fake to three. Got it to Jones. Drives right to the hole. And then loses it out of bounds. Holy cow. They're saying that was off Cincinnati? That's just a whiff.
Yes.
That's a whiff by the official. Colby Jones flat out lost the ball. Wes Miller's going bananas.
He's trying to tell Wes to calm down. You don't tell a guy in the Crosstown shootout to calm down. Get the call correct.
That was a miss. Xavier passes into Fremantle. Nearly stolen by Hensley. And now traveling is called on Xavier. So things evened out in the end.
I can hear Rasheed Wallace yelling, the ball don't lie.
Jared Hensley is checked in for Cincinnati. He inbounds to Micah Adams Woods. And the Bearcats bring it into the front court, trailing 13-6, 13:46 left in the first half. Here's Skillings driving toward the bucket. Running bank shot, no good. Offensive foul called on Dan Skillings.
Yeah, he'll learn to go baseline and then shoot a step back. Put the defender on your hip, and then plant that right leg, get some separation, and shoot a little bank shot off the glass instead of trying to float.
Jerome Hunter has checked in for the Musketeers. 6'8 senior who transferred prior to last year from Indiana. Hunter has it outside the arc, hits a cutting Sully Boom. Now around the perimeter to Claude for three. Not close. Rebounded by Skillings above the rim. Guns it ahead for Mike Adams Woods, who dribbles toward the middle of the floor. Passes backward for Skillings. Now Michael Adams Woods has it at the left point, guarded by the taller Colby Jones. Cincinnati down 13-6. Micah dribbling toward the basket, puts up a tough shot, lots of contact, no whistle, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Colby Jones.
Lots of contact indeed.
David Julius back in. Josh Reed will check in. Landers Nolly and Mike Adams Woods come out.
Landers going to have to learn he can't do that kind of stuff in a game like this because they're not going to call it.
13-11 left in the half. Hensley to inbound for Cincinnati. Looking under the hoop, nobody open. Throws a terrible pass right to Colby Jones. Fast break for Xavier. Jones, shot blocked by Reed, and it goes out of bounds off Cincinnati.
It looked like it went off his chest again. The same official decided he was going to keep it here in Xavier's favor.
Boom will throw it in from the baseline. Lobs it toward the corner and Colby Jones. Now it's Claude outside the arc to Hunter, top of the key. Hands it backward for Boom. To Julius defends. Boom driving toward the basket. He's under the hoop. Just throws a pass outside the arc. Claude ran it down. His shot is no good, but we've got a foul called on Skillings.
I mean, they are getting away with travels and mishaps. They are rushing Xavier. Cincinnati is speeding them up. And they thought they had a couple of violations that were missed by the officials.
2 fouls on Dan Skillings at the 12:49 mark. Desmond Claude at the line for a pair of foul shots. And the first one is good. Nolly back in. Skillings with 2 fouls comes out. 14-6, Xavier. Xavier doesn't have a field goal for nearly 4 minutes. Second foul shot by Desmond Claude, and the freshman swishes it in. Wes Miller holding up 4 fingers on the right hand, barking out instructions as David DeJulius dribbles into the front court. Nolly a step outside the arc on the right side. Kunkel defends between the circles for DeJulius. DeJulius driving, step back, puts up a tough 2-point shot, barely grazes iron, rebounded by Hunter. That was a bad shot. Boom to Claude. Claude on the wing. Josh Reed, the freshman, defends. Claude bounces it. It is nearly stolen. It is stolen. Hensley driving toward the basket. Bank shot no good, but fouled by Jerome Hunter.
This is how Hensley was playing in practice the other day, and I asked Coach, I said, Coach, Hensley's looking really good. He goes, well, he practices hard every day, so it's easy to have things in your favor, and that's what you saw today. The hustle gets him at the line for a pair.
Second team foul on Xavier. UC's been called for 4. Hensley at the line for a couple of foul shots. Cincinnati trailing 15-6. The lefty's first foul shot is up and in.
In a game like this, your spirit has to be calm. Everybody else around you is going to be boisterous and loud and try to give you energy, but you have to be calm on the inside in order to play in big moments.
Second free throw by Hensley. A perfect swish. 2 badly needed points for the Cats. They trail 15-8. Xavier's missed 7 consecutive shots, but Cincinnati is 2 for 12 overall. Hunter straight away from the bucket outside the 3-point line. Nearly taken away by Reed. Now Claude penetrates, puts up a bank shot and scores.
Odiaguama vacated too early. He showed, made him hesitate. Then he just vacated the premises and gave up a layup.
Xavier 17, Cincinnati 8. We'll have a timeout at the next dead ball. Here's DeJulius being chased by Sully. Boom. Hard right hand dribbles outside the arc for DeJulius. Top of the key to Nolly. Hands it right back to DeJulius. Now it's Nolly. Kunkel holds a hand in his face. Josh Reed catches. Passing it out to DeJulius with 6 to shoot. David DeJulius driving into the lane. His running shot off the rim twice. No good. And the rebound falls right to Nunji. Sully Boom racing into the front court. Bounces it down low. Now they find a wide open Nunji for 3. Count it. Timeout called by Cincinnati. We would have had a dead ball timeout, but Wes Miller wasn't going to wait. It becomes the media timeout as well. 11:16 left in the first half. Xavier up by 12, 20-8. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's back, flu season. Once again, it's that time of year when lots of people catch the flu. But you can stay safe and healthy with a flu shot. It's true. Your annual flu vaccine is your best bet for protecting yourself and your family from the flu. And don't you have better things to do than get sick? Like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy? Feel better knowing you've done all you can to stay flu-free for you and me. Get a flu shot today. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare Medicaid plan.
Where else can you get a high-quality mattress made right in your community? Only here at the Original Mattress Factory. Our local approach to manufacturing is a key part of our factory direct operation. We hand-build our mattresses and box springs right here in Cincinnati and sell them directly to you in our own local stores. That means we can offer a better mattress at a better price and the best value. Stop by your local OMF location today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself. OriginalMattress.com.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
For the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, so far Xavier has been dominating. It is 20-8 in favor of the Musketeers.
And when you say dominating, they're shooting 47% from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown. The Bearcats, on the other hand, are 2 of 13, 15.4%. They connected on 1 3 and 4 attempts. But then 13-7, they are getting just clobbered on the glass. And you expect that, but then they're not making them pay. So if they're going to offensive rebound, then you have to push and try to get out in transition. On the other hand, you got to get something from the guys. Like Landers Nolley cannot be passive in this game. He can't throw up junk shots, and then he cannot throw it to another guy and then try to post to get out of the way. Take your guy, be aggressive, force the issue, and get in transition.
Nolley is 0 for 2 from the floor. DeJulius 1 for 5, and Davenport 0 for 3. Those are your three best offensive players, a combined 1 for 10.
And they'll loosen up. The problem is you don't want this lead to get so big that it's insurmountable. You know, a 15, 18-point lead is not insurmountable in a college basketball game, especially in a rivalry game. But when you don't have answers, it takes so much energy to try to climb back into the game when you're already expending energy because of the build-up for it. And now you're going to see if you can tap into your reserves, try to chip away at this lead.
It'll be Cincinnati's ball coming out of this timeout. Wes Miller coaching in his second Crosstown shootout. 0-1 so far after losing at the Cintas Center. Sean Miller lost his first shootout at Fifth Third Arena and started out 1-2 in these games, and then he won his last two before heading to Arizona to go 3-2 his first time around.
They're so worried about the post-up that they're double-teaming on the post and leaving the three-point shooters open.
Victor Locken back into the game during the timeout. David DeJulius will cross center court with a right-handed dribble. Hensley set to pick. DeJulius throws it for Nolley. It gets deflected. Ball's on the floor, and Xavier comes up with a loose ball. Kunkel dribbles past center court. Whips a pass to Boom, driving toward the basket. Good help by Hensley to prevent a layup. Now Nunji, top of the key, gives it to Claude. Claude jumps and passes to Boom in the corner. Good recovery by Nolley. 13 left to shoot. Nunji, top of the circle. Backward handoff for Kunkel, throws an alley-oop, and it's knocked out of bounds by Nunji.
Good offensive action by Xavier. Everybody's moving and cutting. But great defense to stay with your guy and make sure that they don't get a wide-open layup.
Wes Miller taps the top of his head, indicating the play as DeJulius dribbles into the front court. Has it near the right elbow. Now Locken just inside the three-point line. Looking for an open teammate. Now he will drive to the hoop against Nunji. Gets him in the air. Puts up a bank shot and scores.
And he gave the and one sign to the official and said, I got bumped. Make the call.
Xavier 20, Cincinnati 10. Jerome Hunter passing for Kunkel outside the arc, right side of the floor. Boom in front of the Bearcat bench. Now Hunter, a step outside the arc, lefty drive, running lefty layup, and it's good.
Yeah, he gave him the wide open lane to go left. I mean, he just said, come on this way.
Too easy for Jerome Hunter. 22-10, Xavier by 12. DeJulius driving toward the bucket, finds a wide open Reed in the corner. Three-point shot, no good, could not have been more open. Boom racing the other way after grabbing the rebound. Kunkel outside the arc. Stumbles a bit as he dribbles toward the corner, maintains his dribble, picked up on a switch by Hensley. Claude way out near center court, 30 feet from the bucket. Now Nunji near the top of the circle. Kunkel catches, launches an off-balance three. Count it.
Yeah, he is the craziest shot maker on this Xavier team. He doesn't have to be on balance as long as his shoulders are square.
Xavier 4 for 7 from outside the arc. That is 57%. The Musketeers have their biggest lead, 25-10. Locken drives, knocks over Nunji. Offensive foul called on Victor Locken. That's two on Vic with 9:15 left in the half.
He's sliding the entire time. They just showed the replay. He's sliding to the left. I can see why Victor Locken is upset. Right in front of the official, and he predetermined that he was going to call a charge.
5 fouls on Cincinnati, 2 on Xavier. Musketeers have a 25-10 lead. 9:11 left in the first half as Boom crosses center court with a right-handed dribble. Into the corner for Colby Jones. Dribbling along the three-point line. Now top of the circle, it's Cesar Edwards who checked into the game. A near steal for Cincinnati. It is a steal as DeJulius runs down the loose ball, misses a layup, thought he was fouled, no whistle. You hear the fans respond. Colby Jones dribbles into the front court. Boom has it in the corner. Going by DeJulius on the dribble. His runner is no good. Weak side rebound grabbed by Reed. Outlets for Adams Woods. Into the corner. Davenport for three. And it rattles in.
Finally. Didn't make one all practice. Now he finally makes one in the game.
Cincinnati down by 12, 25-13. Edwards giving it up for Boom. Boom driving toward the hole. His scoop shot is good.
Xavier uses these bumpers where they have their bigs about mid-free throw line and set blockers.
27-13, Musketeers. Cincinnati has it in the front court with 8:12 left in the half. Davenport a step outside the three-point line. Fremantle on him. Now Adams Woods for three. Yes, sir.
Starting to feel it a little bit. Now if they can just string together a stop or two, they can get back in this game.
Xavier 27, Cincinnati 16, 7:55 remaining in the half. The Bearcats now 3 for 7 from outside the arc. Here's Boom on the center court logo. Edwards comes out to set a pick. Edwards left open. He shoots a three. It is no good. Mike Adams Woods falling over, grabs the rebound, gets it to DeJulius. Long pass intercepted by Colby Jones. Knocks over to Julius. And we're going to have a foul called on David DeJulius. First foul on David. It takes us to the under 8-minute media timeout. The score, Xavier 27, Cincinnati 16. This is Bearcat basketball presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's flu season again. Don't get sick, get a flu shot. It's your best protection against the flu. So go get a flu shot today and feel better knowing you've done all you can to stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio Medicare Medicaid Plan.
This is Greg Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. Does it seem like your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to? Instead of raising prices, some companies will cut on quality and quantity to save on costs. Mainstream mattress brands opt for cheaper, lower quality materials in their mattresses. At OMF, we believe you deserve the best. So we hand build our mattresses and box springs, always using only the highest quality materials. Visit one of our stores today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
It's smart to use a smart doorbell or smart fridge, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account waives ATM fees in any U.S.
Fans could use a boost with Cincinnati trailing 27-16, 7:35 left in the half. They just got one as they showed a highlight compilation from Kenyon Martin's days at Cincinnati. And then the camera found him. He stood up from his courtside seat, walked out onto the court, did a 360-degree spin, directing the fans to make some noise, and as you might expect, they responded.
And as he got the love that he's definitely needed. But more importantly, hopefully he can bring some of this energy to the Bearcats because they're playing timid. They're not getting what they want to. They're not getting the shots that they want. And they're being forced further and further away. But their primary guys got to get going. Davenport finally bobbles in a three. He's a guy that can get hot pretty quickly. He's a microwave. But they got to do something to get out in early transition and not play against this set Xavier defense.
Xavier shooting 50% thus far. Cincinnati shooting about half of that, 27.8%. Musketeers have 15 rebounds. Cincinnati has 9. Of course, there have been more misses to rebound on the defensive end for Xavier as opposed to Cincinnati. Fouls so far, 6 called on Cincinnati, 2 called on Xavier. Bearcats have a couple of players on the bench with 2 fouls, Dan Skillings and Victor Locken.
And Skillings got off to a good start rebounding the ball, and defensive-wise, his length has really bothered Xavier, but they use little wisdom against him to draw a couple fouls. And you haven't even seen the best of the Xavier team yet right now. They're just starting to crank a little bit, and Cincinnati has not lived up to the billing so far. So it's like in a boxing match. The other opponent came out with a flurry of blows, got him up against the ropes. But the Cincinnati must rebound in terms of their energy and come out and just play reckless. Downhill, get to the basket, don't worry about the three. Try to draw fouls as well.
Xavier will inbound from the sideline. Colby Jones right in front of our broadcast location. waiting to be given the ball. He's got it, and he throws it in for Nunji. Oguama on him defensively. Fremantle a step outside the arc, passes for Desmond Claude. Into the corner, Kunkel inside the three-point line, guarded tightly by DeJulius. Couldn't get it to Nunji. Good defense by Oguama. Now Claude, guarded by Nolly, penetrating, gets to the low block. Crazy shot, no good. Oguama saves the rebound inbounds to Nolly. Guns it ahead for Davenport. Now the Bearcats set up in the half court. Davenport with Fremantle on him. Driving into the lane, stops, pump fakes, throws it outside the arc for Adams Woods. Wants a screen. Dribbles toward the right point. Now on the wing, it's Landers Nolly. Colby Jones defends. Landers driving with a left hand. The ball is taken away by Fremantle. Nolly is struggling. Claude dribbles into the front court. Nolly sneaks in from behind, poked the ball away, but knocked it out of bounds and slams his fist on the scorer's table.
He hasn't figured it out. You're not a scorer unless you can score against tough defense. And so right now, he's got to find a way to get in the passing lanes, make something happen defensively, get it off the glass.
And when you penetrate against the Xavier defense, a help defender is going to try to steal the ball.
So you got to kick it out and not mess around with it.
Xavier's ball up by 11. Colby Jones foul line extended left to Nunji. Lobs it under the basket, caught by Fremantle, and he dunks it in.
I mean, that's a post mistake. If you're going to front, you got to break contact and get back around.
3 baskets for Fremantle. 2 of the 3 have been dunks. Cincinnati trails 29-16 with 6:20 left in the half. Here's DeJulius driving baseline. His pass off the fingertips of Oguama, stolen by Kunkel. Kunkel to a wide open boom for 3. Count it.
Laying the boom, Xavier is right now. Cincinnati is not getting back in transition. Turnovers do that to you.
Xavier by 16, 32-16. Suli Boom has 9 here in the first half. Oguama inside the three-point line. Dribbling along the line, hands it off for DeJulius. David driving, spinning, pump fakes, draws a foul from Suli Boom.
They got to play smarter. You cannot have guys, when you turn the ball over, live ball turnovers lead to leak outs. And if you don't get back and identify your guy, Xavier they're so good at pump faking, passing, moving, cutting, and then getting the ball back and reestablishing.
Points off turnovers 9-4 in Xavier's favor. Foul shot up and in for David DeJulius. 71% free throw shooter so far this year. He has 4 points today. Second foul shot, high arcing rainbow, and it falls through. Dan Skillings with 2 fouls comes back in. David DeJulius heads to the bench. 32-18, the Musketeers up by 14 points. 5:47 remaining in the half. Boom, walking it into the front court. That's unusual. Usually he really picks up the pace.
Bearcats in a 1-2-2 zone now.
Boom, outside the arc left. Skillings extends the defense. Here's Kunkel, definitely a zone buster. He drives, he loses it. Out of bounds off Adam Kunkel.
The zone really threw off this Xavier team. They came out 2-3, and it's going to morph into a 1-2-2, guarding the ball and moving the angle.
Mike Adams Woods crosses center court. Dribbling with the right hand, Kunkel waits near the three-point line to defend. Now Oguama, guarded by Nunji. Hands it backward for Davenport. Nunji picks him up on a switch. Davenport shoots a 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Fremantle. Outlets for Kunkel, who dribbles up the near sideline. Cross-court pass caught by Boom. Driving to the hole. Scoop shot good.
You got to break contact and get around. They use those bigs as blockers. Right mid-post area, uses a high post, sort of a low post screen, and it frees them up.
11.5 for Suli Boom, and a 16-point lead for the Musketeers, 34-18. Mike Adams Woods dribbling outside the arc. Adam Kunkel defends. Pass to Landers Nolly, right back to Micah Adams Woods. Shot clock at 10. Micah near the top of the key. Driving on Kunkel, puts up a shot that's no good. Adam Kunkel gets called for a 2-shot foul.
It's a good thing Bearcats have a couple of guys that can go one-on-one and try to create their own shot, because offensively they're just being taken out of everything they want to do, being pushed out. They're not the tougher team that's on the floor right now. Xavier is just dominating.
Adam Woods at the line. Mike Adams Woods, 2 foul shots coming. Here comes the Southpaws first, and it is good. 4 points for Mike Adams Woods. Cincinnati trailing 34-19. 4:36 left in the half. Nunji will take a break for Xavier, and Jerome Hunter is back in. Second foul shot for Micah Adams-Woods. It is good. 5 points in the half for Micah. Cincinnati trailing by 14, 34-20. Sully Boom crosses center court on a righty dribble. Passes to Kunkel, who feeds it back. Bearcats staying in their zone defense. Kunkel driving with a left hand. Gets to the baseline. Passes to Fremantle at the free throw line. Hands it back for Kunkel. Penetrating. Tough shot. No good. Rebound goes to Fremantle. He misses. And Oguama grabs the defensive rebound for Cincinnati. Skillings got nailed in the eye during that skirmish. Still rubbing his eye on the offensive end. Here's Davenport with 4 minutes left in the half. Into the lane to Oguama. Got tied up. Forces up a shot. No good. Offensive rebound by Reed. And he sticks it up and in.
Contorts his body as he was falling down to change the angle so it doesn't get blocked.
Cincinnati down by a dozen, 34-22. Here's Boom. Guarded tightly by Micah Adams-Woods. Shoots a three-point shot. It's no good. Long rebound grab by Micah. He'll dribble the other way for Cincinnati. Throws it ahead for Davenport. Jeremiah. Contested three. Off the rim, no good. And we're going to have a offensive foul called on Josh Reed, knocking over Sully Boom as he went after the rebound.
Odi Oguama is gassed. He had to stop and grab his shorts. He's exhausted. Both ends of the floor. He's been given effort. He's been doing really, really well, but he's exhausted.
7 fouls on Cincinnati. The Bearcats are over the limit. 4 called so far on Xavier. We've reached the under 4-minute media timeout. The score, the Musketeers 34, the Bearcats 22. This is Bearcat Basketball presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's back, flu season. Once again, it's that time of year when lots of people catch the flu. But you can stay safe and healthy with a flu shot. It's true. Your annual flu vaccine is your best bet for protecting yourself and your family from the flu. And don't you have better things to do than get sick? Like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy? Feel better knowing you've done all you can to stay flu-free for you and me. Get a flu shot today. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare Medicaid plan.
This is Greg Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. Does it seem like your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to? Instead of raising prices, some companies will cut on quality and quantity to save on costs. Mainstream mattress brands opt for cheaper, lower quality materials in their mattresses. At OMF, we believe you deserve the best. So we hand build our mattresses and box springs, always using only the highest quality materials. Visit one of our stores today to see the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
Today at the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, the Musketeers have led throughout. They're on top right now, 34-22. We have 3:28 left in the half.
Points in the paint, 16-6. I mean, they are dominating down there, but the rebound margin is pretty much almost to a standstill. 16 for Xavier, 14 for the Bearcats. They've been doing a good job right there. 48% from the floor, 13 of 27 for Xavier, 50% from downtown. 5 of 10, Dan. 5 of 10 from downtown. The Bearcats are struggling at 6 of 22, 27%, and they are 3 of 9 from downtown.
Well, the 50% shooting outside the arc for Xavier, nothing new in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. If you look back over the last 9 years, Xavier has won 7 of the last 9. It seems like Xavier has never missed a 3 during that 9-year period, and for good reason, because during that stretch, Xavier is 75 for 175 from outside the arc. Now, that's 43% as a team. Steph Curry's career three-point percentage is 43. So for the last 9 years, Xavier has shot the ball like Steph Curry from outside the arc. And it's, they've had some great shooters like Trayvon Blewett, but they've also had guys like D. Davis who went 5 for 5 in one of those games. Remy Abel made 3 threes in one of those games. He tried out for the NFL after his college basketball career was finished, so he wasn't known as a great shooter. Credit the Musketeers year after year. They step up and they knock them in.
And all the Xavier players have keys to the gym. They have a practice facility that they have keys to, and they spend the majority of their time down there. But it's funny, when they're in practice, if a guy making shots, if he can make threes, they call him a Curry or a Curry.
Sully Boom at the free throw line. He makes the front end of the 1-and-1. playing on matchsticks for legs.
Yeah, he's like, what is it? Is it Shaq Goodwin, Octavius Ellis, those two guys that ever had those spandex on and had wrinkles in them?
Second foul shot up, and it is good. What a half for Sully Boom. He's got 13. His career scoring high is 34. 36-22, the Musketeers up by 14 points. 3:22 left in the half. Hensley between the circles, passes left point for DeJulius. Lobs it toward the short corner, and Victor Locken. Fremantle defends. Locken backs his way into the lane, goes to the baby hook, missed it, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and puts it in.
Good offensive rebound. Now they got to get a stop defensively.
36-24, Xavier by 12. Fremantle passing for Boom near the top of the key. DeJulius trying to steal it. Over the shoulder pass to Hunter. Now on the wing, it's Colby Jones. He'll fake a three. Passes for Hunter, who gives it back. Jones penetrating. Lost control, but got it to Kunkel for three. Bullseye.
Yeah, Kunkel. He gets those feet down and he shoots it hard. Played at Cooper High School under the great Tim Sullivan.
About a half hour from Cincinnati, 39-24. Xavier on top. DeJulius outside the arc left, holds it over his head. Top of the key for Skillings, wipes the ball in front of Kunkel. Passes to the left point into Julius. Into the corner, and Locken, and Victor Locken dribbles it off his leg and out of bounds. Turnover number 9 for Cincinnati.
Victor Locken just now realized that he called it off of Victor.
Oguama in, Locken out. 39-24, Musketeers with 2:19 remaining in the half. Cincinnati will try a little full court pressure. Sully Boom has it in the backcourt. Cincinnati backs off once Boom crosses center court. Kunkel passing to the free throw line. Now they lob it under the basket for Nunji. Into the corner for an open three. No good by Colby Jones. Weak side rebound, Landers Nolly. He'll dribble up the near sideline into the front court. Picked up near the three-point line by Boom. Cross-court pass caught about 30 feet from the bucket by DeJulius. Gets a pick from Oguama. DeJulius driving, gets around Fremantle. Didn't shoot. Into the corner. Reed for three, off the rim twice. No good. Rebounded by Fremantle. Boom flies into the front court for the Musketeers. Now Fremantle between the circles. Dribble handoff for Colby Jones. Sets his feet. Three-point shot. Around the rim, no good. Oguama tips the rebound to DeJulius. 90 seconds left in the half. Cincinnati with the ball down by 15. DeJulius dribbles into the front court. Works it toward the left point. Backward pass for Josh Reed. Stops top of the key. Passes left side for DeJulius. David dribbling to the free throw line. Stops. Up and under move. Couldn't get off a shot. Passes for Hensley with 10 on the clock. 1:08 left in the half. Now DeJulius with 6 seconds left to shoot. Crossover dribble. Step back three. Tough one. Off the left side of the rim. No good. And the rebound is saved inbounds by Nolly right to Xavier. It gives the Musketeers numbers. Colby Jones to Sully Boom. Penetrates. Stops on the low block. Finds an open shooter. Nunji. Now down low for Fremantle. Spin move on Reed. Reverse layup no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and scores.
Just house him down there. He likes that spin move, reverse layup. Missed it, grabbed it, put it right back up. No one was there.
8-point half for Zach Fremantle. Cincinnati down by 17, 41-24. 30 seconds left in the half. Now the Bearcats nearly turn it over. DeJulius runs the ball down in the backcourt. Gets it to Hensley for an open jumper. It's no good. Boom with a rebound. 20 seconds left in the half. Xavier will play for one with a 17-point lead. 13 seconds left in the half. Boom dribbling on the center court logo. We're down to 7 seconds to go. Nunji runs out to set a pick. Boom. Crossover dribble. Guarded by DeJulius. 2 seconds left in the half. DeJulius pokes it away, and Xavier cannot get off a final shot. Nonetheless, a dominant half for the Musketeers. They lead at 41-24.
Yeah, they had their way with Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got to readjust how they're going to play the pick, because sometimes they're going underneath and they're just stepping back and shooting the shot. But if they trail, then they're going downhill, making the bigs converge, and they're either dumping it to the big that's closer to the basket so he can finish, or they're kicking it off a wide open shot. So they got to readjust.
We invite you to stay tuned for Mo Egger and the R&L Carriers halftime report presented by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. This is Bearcat Basketball on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's flu season again. Don't get sick, get a flu shot. It's your best protection against the flu. So go get a flu shot today and feel better knowing you've done all you can to stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio Medicare Medicaid plan.
What are platelets? Who can donate? And how is it used? These questions and more are answered in the podcast series, In the Know with Dr. O, presented by Hawksworth Blood Center, University of Cincinnati. In the Know with Dr. O podcast series answers all aspects of blood donation and transfusion medicine with Chief Medical Officer Dr. David O. Tune in and find out how you can make a life-saving difference in your community. Download In the Know with Dr. O on the iHeartRadio podcast.
Hawksworth Blood Center, University of Cincinnati, an internationally recognized leader in transfusion medicine, takes you inside the world of blood banking with the podcast series In the Know with Dr. O, featuring Chief Medical Officer Dr. David O, covering all aspects of blood donation and transfusion medicine. Tune in and learn about the new advancements, as well as debunking rumors, myths, and fabrications. Download In the Know with Dr. O on the iHeartRadio podcast.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you plan for a brighter financial future. Kemba, your trusted next door financial partner. Learn more at Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 422067.
You know health insurance can be expensive.
I've got it, honey. If I pick up a second job, sell the cat, and cancel all our streaming subscriptions, we'll be able to afford great coverage.
You mean all of our streaming subscriptions? Luckily, Ambetter Health knows low-cost plans that fit your budget. We're on a mission to help everyone find affordable health insurance with great money-saving benefits, like $0 preventative care visits and mental health coverage included with every plan. That's health insurance that always has you and your wallet covered. Tap to enroll now at enrollambetter.com. Ambetter from Buckeye Health Plan is a qualified health plan in the Ohio Health Insurance Marketplace. This is a solicitation for insurance.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with great deals of the day on gifts they'll love, like 60 to 70% off men's and women's designer overcoats from Calvin Klein and more. 30% off party-ready juniors dresses. Plus, get 20 to 60% off the season's hottest toys. Best of all, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent now at Macy's. Learn more at Macy's.com/Macy's Money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
I'm Sean Gallagher with the UC Halftime Report. In Northern Kentucky, a fatal shooting is under investigation.
Police have not released a lot of information, only that a man was shot and killed in Covington Saturday morning. They say the shooting happened on West 21st Street in Covington about 7:40 Saturday morning. The coroner is holding the man's name until his family is notified. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. I'm Sandy Collins, News Radio 700 WLW.
The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office on Friday said 2 jail service officers were fired, arrested, and charged with felonies after separate incidents. 36-year-old Cody Hunley is said to have suffered a recent mental health crisis while working and damaged computer equipment in the process. They would later learn that he had a serious substance abuse issue. Hunley charged with theft in office and theft of a firearm. 33-year-old Joshua Eastham charged with 2 counts of forgery. He's accused of falsifying medical documents requesting sick time. Both are being held at the Hamilton County Justice Center. The U.S. soccer world in shock after one of the sport's well-known journalists passed away while covering the World Cup in Qatar.
Legendary American sports writer Grant Wall in Qatar covering the World Cup, dying Friday night after collapsing in his seat at the match between Argentina and Netherlands. His wife Celine Gounder tweeting, "I'm in complete shock." On Thursday, Wall saying on his podcast that he had bronchitis and has been to a medical clinic twice, including that day.
ABC News' Lama Hassan. A big AFC North matchup coming up for the Bengals on Sunday as they will host the Cleveland Browns. The Browns have won the last 5 matchups in the Battle of Ohio, including a 32-13 win over the Bengals in Cleveland Halloween night. The Bengals can get first place in the AFC North with a win, and a Ravens loss at the Steelers. Kickoff Sunday at 1 o'clock here on the big one. Your forecast tonight, a slight chance of rain or drizzle early, otherwise cloudy, the low dropping to 39. Going into Sunday, a mostly cloudy sky and a high of 48. Mostly sunny for your Monday with highs in the mid-40s. With the UC Halftime Report, I'm Sean Gallagher.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio, Medicare, Medicaid plan.
Hawksworth Blood Center, University of Cincinnati, an internationally recognized leader in transfusion medicine, takes you inside the world of blood banking with the podcast series In the Know with Dr. O, featuring Chief Medical Officer Dr. David O, covering all aspects of blood donation and transfusion medicine. Tune in and learn about the new advancements, as well as debunking rumors, myths, and fabrications. Download In the Know with Dr. O on the iHeartRadio podcast.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you plan for a brighter financial future. Kemba, your trusted next-door financial partner. Learn more at Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 422067.
Basketball. This is the R&L Carriers Halftime Report. Brought to you in part by R&L Carriers. Partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. On 700 WLW, the home of the Bearcats.
Mo Egger at Fifth Third Arena, where at halftime the Xavier Musketeers lead the UC Bearcats by a score of 41-24 in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Let's take a look at the college basketball scoreboard on the R&L Carriers Halftime Report. There are 4 games happening right now involving teams in the top 25. 3 of them are at the half, including the game between number 1 Houston and 8th-rated Alabama. Cougars lead that game by 4 at the half, 31-27. Also at the half, it's 19th-rated UCLA leading Denver 44-35. And one other halftime score, 22nd-rated San Diego State tied at 35 against St. Mary's. With about 3 minutes to go in the first half, it's Nebraska at home trailing number 4 Purdue by a score of 54-51. Earlier today, it was number 5 UConn hammering Long Island U 114-61. 17th rated Illinois fell at home to Penn State 74-59. Also this afternoon, 2nd rated Texas easy over Arkansas Pine Bluff 88-43. It was 9th rated Arkansas in Tulsa beating Oklahoma 88-78. 16th rated Kentucky won, knocking off Yale 69-59. Later today, it's 11th rated Auburn taking on Memphis. That game is in Atlanta. In Columbia tonight, it's Missouri hosting number 6 Kansas. 15th rated Duke is hosting Maryland Eastern Shore. Also tonight in Las Vegas, 10th rated Arizona hooking up with number 14 Indiana. BYU battles number 21 Creighton. And tonight, SMU is hosting number 24 TCU. There is one other game happening right now involving a team from the American Athletic Conference at the half in Tulsa. Tulsa leads Central Michigan by a score of 31-25. Later today, it's Longwood at Wichita State. 11th rated Auburn's at Memphis. And earlier today, it was Tulane winning in Atlanta against Buffalo 88-63. And in Philadelphia today, Temple fell to Penn by a score of 77-57. One other game of local interest, the Dayton Flyers have just polished off UNC Asheville by a score of 79-56. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Battle of Ohio. Bengals hosting the Browns at Paycor Stadium. That game will kick off at 1 o'clock. Our pregame coverage from the Holy Grail begins tomorrow morning at 9:05. The annual Army-Navy game is happening this afternoon. That game is in the second quarter. Navy leads 3-0. The Heisman Trophy is awarded tonight. The finalists are USC quarterback Caleb Williams, Ohio State QB C.J. Stroud, Texas Christian quarterback Max Duggan, and Georgia QB Stetson Bennett. Xavier leads by 17 here at Fifth Third. We are at the half. Dan and Terry have a first half recap when we come back here on 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare, Medicaid plan.
It's smart to use a smart car or smart keys, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account offers a suite of money management tools that keep track of your savings and spending. Get balance and account activity alerts in different spending categories. So spending less on dining out means you can buy those boots that are all over your news feed guilt-free. Now that's smart. Open a U.S. Bank Smartly checking account in under 5 minutes at usbank.com/banksmartly. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our travel peace of mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
700 WLW.
Halftime here at Fifth Third Arena. The Xavier Musketeers with a 17-point lead, 41-24. Let's take a look at some first half stats brought to you appropriately by Skyline Chili, the official chili of this rivalry and of UC basketball. Feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Xavier shooting just under 50% in the first half. They were 15 for 32, rounded up to 47%. 6 of 13 from outside the arc. That's 46%. And the Musketeers made all 5 of their foul shots. Cincinnati 7 for 27. That's 26%. 3 for 12 from outside the arc, 25%. They were good from the line, 7 for 8. 88%.
But they also got 9 turnovers, the Bearcats do, and 9 to 4 in those points off of turnovers. Points in the paint, you knew they were going to come down here and do it. 18 to 8, should have been more than that. But more importantly, they got to figure out how they're going to fight through the screens, because the screens are causing everything to break down for the Bearcats. They're not being able to rotate. They're overcompensating guarding the post, because the post is such a priority that they're leaving the three-point shooters open, and by the time they get back out to close out on the shooters, Xavier's attacking the closeout and getting downhill and using the bigs as bumpers halfway through the lane to sort of rub screen to get off wide-open layups. Sule Boom has done that a couple times. The Bearcats got to figure it out.
Sule is Xavier's leading scorer with 13 points. He leads all scores. Cincinnati had 3 players with 5 points apiece in the first half. David DeJulius, Micah Adams-Woods, and Victor Locken. Our halftime score is 41-24 in favor of Xavier. You've been listening to the R&L Carriers Halftime Report, brought to you by R&L Carriers, partner with a family-owned LTL provider at RLC.com. Back with the second half in a moment on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare, Medicaid plan.
It's smart to use a smart doorbell or smart fridge, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account waives ATM fees in any U.S. bank and MoneyPass network, has no monthly maintenance fees with monthly direct deposits of $1,000, and has no overdraft fees when you overdraw your account $50 or less. Now that's smart. Open a U.S. Bank Smartly checking account in under 5 minutes at usbank.com/banksmartly. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
You're locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
Basketball is brought to you in part by your Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. Xavier's biggest lead, the halftime lead. 17 points, 41-24 the score, but Xavier jumped out to a 13-1 lead right off the bat, and Cincinnati's been playing catch-up all afternoon.
It's not insurmountable. You got to chunk it. So by the 16-minute mark, you want to try to get the 17-point lead down to 7. Work it. Once you get a 17-point lead down to 10, taking 7 off of that, and then at the 12-minute mark, if you can get it down to, 5 or 6, then you make them a little nervous.
After it was 13-1, Cincinnati did get it down to 7 on a couple of occasions, but no closer than that. And the Musketeers closed the half on a solid run to take the current 17-point lead.
Bearcats come out in their black. They're talking, trying to get the assignments correct. It's going to be Xavier's ball attacking them. They look like they're going to come out in this 2-3 zone and see if they can keep the bodies close to each other to help the middle portion of that zone in the interior defense.
Sully Boom with 13 in the half. He catches the inbounds pass, and the second half is underway. The Bearcats will start out playing man-to-man. They trail by 17. Colby Jones, foul line extended right, lobs it down low. Fremantle again gets behind Davenport. Fortunately for Cincinnati, missed an easy shot. Davenport, when fronting Fremantle, has not been able to prevent him from getting the ball. Cincinnati's ball in the front court. Adams Woods dribbling with a left hand toward the left elbow, over the shoulder pass. Davenport for 3, and he makes it.
I can hear his brothers behind saying, as soon as he got the ball, come on, JD, come on. And that's exactly what the Bearcats needed.
2 threes in the game for Jeremiah Davenport. Cincinnati trails by 14. Here's Nunji, top of the circle. Passing to his right, and Boom stumbles, puts up a floater. It's short. Rebound tipped up in the air by Nunji. Saved in bounds, and Boom has it. Uses his hand to push off to Julius, and an offensive foul is called on Boom.
Baited him. The minute you take a dribble and you are low, if you crowd that person, because they're low, they can't do anything but try to create some space, and he used that, and he just flailed and got the foul.
Second personal on Sully Boom. Cincinnati's ball trailing 41-27. Cats get it down low to Victor Locken. On the block, spins by Nunji, pump fakes, puts up a shot and flicks it in.
With the dream spin move on the baseline. 4 quick points for the Cats.
So the Bearcats come out and score 5 quick ones to begin the second half. Now Fremantle passing to Nunji, and he dunks it in.
Beautiful interior pass, big to big.
Hard for Cincinnati to handle those 2 big guys for Xavier.
Oh, they're skilled.
43-29. The Bearcats trailing with 18:30 left in regulation. Here's Nolly, gets a pick from Locken. Passes outside the arc for Adams Woods. Micah dribbling to the top of the key, now backs up towards center court. Nolly in front of the Bearcat bench. Kunkel just about touching his nose, holding a hand in his face. 3-point shot no good. Rebounded by Xavier. Boom gallops into the front court for the Musketeers. Stops on the 3-point line. Nunji looking down low. Floats it for Fremantle. Catches, passes into the corner. Kunkel misses a 3. Offensive rebound, Colby Jones. Missed the layup. Late whistle.
What do you do that for, Victor? That's the 3rd foul now.
Victor Locken just passed it the length of the floor. Haven't seen a technical foul yet.
That's good restraint by the official. He told him to go get the basketball. That's good restraint. He told him to go get the basketball and don't do that again, because that would have been his 3rd foul, technical foul, and it would have been a personal foul.
Colby Jones will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Musketeers. The foul on Victor Locken, his 3rd.
Well, that would have been his 4th foul.
Colby Jones puts the first free throw in the air. It's a line drive, and it's no good. Rare miss for him. He was 87% coming into the game. Locken coming out. Odi Oguama checking in. Xavier leads at 43-29. Now the second foul shot by the junior Colby Jones. Again, no arc, but it hit the front rim and rolled in. 4 points for Colby Jones. Came in averaging 15.5. 44-29, Xavier by 15 after leading by 17 at the half. Here is Nolly in the short corner. Tries to back down Colby Jones. Shoots over him, and it goes in.
He's a good post player. Got to find a way to be more aggressive.
44-31, Musketeers. Nunji hands it backward for Boom. Drives to the free throw line. Might have gotten away with a travel. Now passes for Colby Jones. We got a foul. Who's it on? It's on Cincinnati. Landers Nolly can't believe it. Landers Nolly just got knocked over. They called the foul on him.
I'm not very fond of... Oh, don't come over here and tell the players to sit down on the bench when you guys are out there doing what you're doing. Put the ball in play.
Colby Jones will inbound from the sideline right next to his head coach, Sean Miller. Passes in for Boom out near center court. Boom dribbles toward the right point. Into the corner for Colby Jones. Down low. Caught by Nunji. Oguama on him. Hook from the baseline. No good. Davenport with the rebound for Cincinnati. Jeremiah dribbles the other way. Penetrating toward the bucket. Guns a pass right to Nunji. And it's a fast break for Xavier. Boom. Shoots. Misses. Rebounded by Colby Jones. Pump fakes. Shoots with the left hand. Scores and gets fouled.
They're just tougher. Davenport's coming down full speed on a fast break. Stop and pop. Do what you do best. He's not a playmaker. He's never been a playmaker. He's never had a game over 5 assists.
Oguama called for the foul, his first. Colby Jones at the line to try to complete a three-point play. He has 6 points. Locking back in. Jeremiah Davenport coming out. Colby Jones bends at the knees. His free throw is up, and it is good. 47-31 Musketeers. Mike Adams-Woods has nobody to throw the ball inbounds to. Now Locken runs into the backcourt and catches before passing it back to Mike Adams-Woods. Dribbles into the front court, drives to the left elbow, over the shoulder pass, and the three-point shot is put in by Victor Locken, his first of the year.
He's showing up. He's saying, look, just give me the ball. Let me carry us home.
47-34 Xavier. Boom travels, and they call it.
I mean, he did a little side shuffle like he was doing the electric slide or something.
Yeah. With that three-point basket, Victor Locken in double digits with 10 points. First Bearcat to have double digits today. Cincinnati down by 13 after trailing by 17 at halftime.
I would run my offense through Victor Locken. Nobody else is getting this ball instead Victor Locken.
Mike Adams-Woods dribbles way outside the arc left. Now works it toward the right side of the floor. Still several steps outside the arc. Oguama sets a pick. Adams-Woods drives, draws a foul. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
It's a smart play. Comes downhill. Didn't really have anything, so he just sort of coasted until a body met him in the air. And then he threw his elbows into the chest and tried to get it up at the rim and couldn't.
Adam Kunkel called for the foul, his second. Mike Adams-Woods at the line for a pair of foul shots. Cincinnati trying to get it down to single digits. First foul shot good for Micah.
It's going to come down to the fan support in this closing. They're going to have to will this team to a victory, to a comeback.
Now the second foul shot for Mike Adams-Woods. It is good. He makes them both. He has 7 points and 3 assists. Cincinnati is down by 11. 16:31 left. Crowd's getting into it here at Fifth Third Arena. Sully Boom sparring with David DeJulius. Here's Jones handing it off for Kunkel. Kunkel fouled on the perimeter by Micah Adams-Woods. That's his first. Team fouls, 4 on Cincinnati in the second half, 2 on Xavier.
Seems like they haven't got the benefit of the whistle today.
Colby Jones will inbound with 20 to shoot. Lobs it in. Caught by Nunji. Now Fremantle under the basket for Colby Jones. Maneuvers, shoots, and works around Landers Nolly to lay it in.
Yeah, works is the right word. He's working Landers right now.
49-36. Cincinnati down by 13 with the ball. Nolly has it. Guarded on the perimeter by Jones. Locken near the top of the key. Nunji on him. Couple of lefty dribbles. Now Locken drives. Layup. Scores around Jack Nunji. And Xavier nearly turned it over trying to throw the ball inbounds.
A crafty pivot foot by
Cincinnati
Victor.
down by 11 with 15:44 left in regulation. Colby Jones driving toward the free throw line. His pass is intercepted to Julius, breaking the other way. Layup, good. And Cincinnati has pulled within 9. 49-40. Boom falls down, throws it into the backcourt, rolling toward the baseline. It is grabbed by Colby Jones with 22 seconds on the shot clock, and Xavier calls a timeout. We'll take a break. The Bearcats are back in it. 15:24 to go. Xavier 49, Cincinnati 40. It's Bearcat basketball presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Find deals you can believe in at Meijer. Right now, save $10 on your next in-store purchase with coupon printed at checkout when you spend $100 or more. And get Meijer Spiral Sliced Half Am for 89 cents per pound with additional $25 purchase, limit 1. Fashion or winter boots or slippers for the family are buy one, get one for $1 when you shop in-store. And December home lifelike trees are 40% off. Shop for the holidays and get the same low Meijer prices no matter how you shop. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Flu season is back, but there's something you can do to guard against it. Get a flu shot, your best bet for protecting yourself and your family from the flu. Go get your flu shot now and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio Medicare Medicaid plan.
It's smart to use a smart car or smart keys, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account offers a suite of money management tools that keep track of your savings and spending. Get balance and account activity alerts in different spending categories. So spending less on dining out means you can buy those boots that are all over your news feed guilt-free. Now that's smart. Open a U.S. Bank Smartly checking account in under 5 minutes at usbank.com/banksmartly. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you.
Well, it is getting interesting here in the 90th Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Xavier led at halftime 41-24, but in the first few minutes, first 4.5 minutes of the second half, the Bearcats have outscored Xavier 16-8. Cincinnati has cut it to single digits. The Bearcats trailing 49-40.
That's what I envisioned when we started the half. I said, if we can get this down to 10 at the 16-minute mark, and then from the 16-minute to 12 mark, get it to about 4 or 5, we're right there where we need to be because we're starting to mow them down. We're starting to play with a little bit sense of urgency, and guys are starting to attack. Don't just worry about the three-point shot. Right now, the obvious advantage that we have is Victor Locken on the block. Get Victor the ball. He's crafty enough, and then those other guys just spread out. Be ready to shoot.
Last year, Jack Nungy had 31 points. Today, he's got 7, and Victor Locken, who Nungy has been guarding, has 12.
And Victor Locken has been aggressive with his pivot foot. He's really crafty. When he stays on the floor, he does good things. So he's got to stay on the floor. And then guys got to continue to be active. Like Micah Adams-Wood's got to continue to go downhill. And now that you got Josh Reed in the game, make a shot or two.
Cincinnati 6 for 7 from the floor here in the second half. Xavier's 3 for 8. Josh Reed checks in for Cincinnati. Jeremiah Davenport will take a blow. Bearcats will play full court man-to-man. Xavier's got to get the ball past center court in a couple of seconds.
What a fun atmosphere.
Many of the fans standing right now as Cincinnati has cut that 17-point halftime hole down to 9. Fremantle will be the trigger man for Xavier. Throws it in for Boom, and Boom will dribble the ball up the floor for the Musketeers. Xavier has 15 seconds left to shoot. Colby Jones, foul line extended left, gets it to Kunkel. Kunkel lobs it under the basket, and it's dumped in by Nungy.
Beautiful play out of the timeout.
51-40, Xavier by 11. Mike Adams-Woods dribbling on the center court logo. Julius trying to run off a couple of screens. They feed it to him, gives it back to Mike Adams-Woods. Kunkel defends. Locken sets a pick. Adams Woods into the corner to Julius with 7 to shoot. Pull up jumper around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Xavier. Colby Jones lost control of the ball, but he gets it back. Bounce feed down low, and it goes out of bounds off Nunji.
I'm glad Victor Locken didn't reach and try to get that. Let it go.
And that takes us to the under 16-minute media timeout. We've got 14:36 left in regulation. The Bearcats will have the ball when we come back, trailing by 11, 51-40. This is Bearcat basketball on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare, Medicaid plan.
It's smart to use a smart car or smart keys, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account offers a suite of money management tools that keep track of your savings and spending. Get balance and account activity alerts in different spending categories. So spending less on dining out means you can buy those boots that are all over your news feed guilt-free. Now that's smart. Open a U.S. Bank Smartly checking account in under 5 minutes at usbank.com/banksmartly. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you plan for a brighter financial future. Kemba, your trusted next door.
3 minutes and 30 seconds remain in regulation. Cincinnati trails Xavier by 11, 51-40. It'll be the Bearcats ball coming out of the timeout. They just welcomed many of the former players who are in attendance for the game out to the middle of the court for a big round of applause. We mentioned some of them earlier. Melvin Levitt, Ruben Patterson, Corey DeBerry is here today. Curtis Bostic, of course, Kenyon Martin, who's seated courtside. Great turnout of former Bearcats for today's game.
They're coming out to support these guys. They know they had the great memories. Everybody remembers this game. I mean, this is the game that really solidified the fact that you're a Bearcat because you were a part of this experience. Win or lose, you kind of knew that your season is being judged on this game. It's sort of like Michigan playing Ohio State. Those two games or those two teams know that no matter what their record is, if you win that game, all is well.
Cincinnati got it down to 9. Xavier called a timeout, and then coming out of the timeout, Sean Miller threw up a great play, leading to an alley-oop dunk for Jack Nunji, and that slowed the Bearcat momentum.
Very calm Xavier team.
Veteran team.
Yeah, no chest bumps, no, you win the NIT last year, you come back, you're calm, you have this breadth of experience now. Nothing really rattles you. They kind of know what the task is. The Bearcats, on the other hand, got to continue to fight uphill and give everything they have.
3 of the 5 Xavier starters are fifth-year seniors. Of course, Cincinnati has some as well, particularly David DeJulius. Jared Hensley checks in during the timeout. So does Dan Skillings. DeJulius and Nolly not currently on the floor for the Bearcats. Xavier has its starting 5 out there. 51-40, Cincinnati down by 11 as Mike Adams-Woods dribbles past center court. Boom extends the defense. Here's Hensley outside the arc, passing it to the right point, and Reed. Back to Hensley. Pump fakes from three-point range, driving with the right hand. Passes for Skillings, who throws it out towards center court, and it's an over and back violation.
You learn to just throw it off the leg. You don't know who he was throwing to.
You can't have possessions where you don't get off a shot. Simply cannot.
It's not out of a timeout
against this team.
Hand off, coming to your guy in the corner there. Same play, coach. Go.
Colby Jones getting set to throw it in. Mike Roberts telling the Bearcats exactly what the play is going to be for Xavier. Here's Kunkel, and we got an offensive foul called on the moving screen on Xavier. It's on Colby Jones, his first.
You probably heard Mike Roberts in the microphone right in front of us calling the play out, and Wes Miller said it's a different play, and he goes, no, they're going to run the exact same play, and he was calling it out to his guys, and in the process, they picked up an offensive foul.
Landers Nolly checks in. Dan Skillings comes out after the turnover. Cincinnati's ball down by 11 with 14 minutes to go.
Give him the ball.
Hensley between the circles to the left point, and Josh Reed, the freshman, between the circles for Adams Woods. Hensley sets a pick. Micah, crossover dribble, defended tightly by Boom. Now Hensley driving toward the rack, and he finger rolls it in.
Oh, his arm got longer as he extended it off the glass.
Cincinnati back within 9. 4 points for Jared Hensley. Kunkel driving, jumps and passes to Nunji. Wide open three, too strong. Hensley has the rebound. Cincinnati with the ball down by 9, 51-42. Here's Mike Adams Woods directing traffic with a left hand as he dribbles with the right. Passes for Nolly at the free throw line. 2 defenders nearby. Landers now puts it on the deck, backs up outside the arc. Crossover dribble, penetrates into the lane. Step back shot, good. Cincinnati down by 7.
And there's a Nolly sighting right now. Let's go, Cats.
51-44 Xavier. It was a 17-point game at the half. Boom into the corner for Colby Jones. Now Kunkel, top of the circle for Hunter. Lobs it to the low block. Nunji shoots and scores.
Yeah, too comfortable. You let him catch it. You didn't push him off the block. He just turned with no resistance.
11 points for Jack Nunji. 53-44. Xavier by 9. 12:43 to go. Mike Adams Woods, top of the key for Victor Locken. Now on the wing, it's Josh Reed. Holds it against his hip, fakes a pass down low, throws it outside for Mike Adams Woods. Micah left open, shoots a 3. Air ball, saved inbounds by Reed, but he throws it right to Xavier, and it leads to a fast break for the Musketeers. Kunkel to the rim, layup, no good. Rebounded Mike Adams Woods. He pushes the pace, guns it ahead for Josh Reed. Reed puts up a shot that's no good. Rebound gets tipped, it's on the floor, it's grabbed by Xavier. Hunter throws it ahead. Kunkel pump fakes from 3. Drives, finds a wide open teammate for 3. The shot is no good. Offensive rebound by Nunji. Cross-court pass. Kunkel for 3. Missed it. Rebounded by Josh Reed. His pass right into the hands of Sully Boom. Nunji, floater, good. That is one bad turnover for Cincinnati.
Yeah, everybody's trying to play fast, and they're just running away from the guy who's got the rebound.
Xavier by 11, 55-44 after the Bearcats had pulled within 7. 11:38 to go. Landers Nolly outside the arc. Colby Jones on him. Locken sets a pick. 2-point jump shot. Off the back iron. Off the top of the backboard. Rebounded by Boom. Here comes Xavier up by 11. Colby Jones penetrating inside the 3-point line. Defended by the smaller Micah Adams Woods. Spins toward the baseline. Finds Nunji open. Nunji getting it to Kunkel. Now Boom top of the key. Maneuvers around Landers Nolly. Shoots a 2-point jumper and swishes it. Wes Miller calls a timeout.
Lots of energy being spent by the defense on the Bearcats, and when you come up empty on the offensive end, it puts more pressure on you.
Bearcats pulled within 7. Xavier has answered with a 6-0 run. We've got a timeout with 11:06 left in the game. Xavier up 57-44. It's Bearcat basketball presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio. Medicare, Medicaid plan.
It's smart to use a smart car or smart keys, but you should also be smart about your money. A U.S. Bank Smartly checking account offers a suite of money management tools that keep track of your savings and spending. Get balance and account activity alerts in different spending categories. So spending less on dining out means you can buy those boots that are all over your news feed guilt-free. Now that's smart. Open a U.S. Bank Smartly checking account in under 5 minutes at usbank.com/banksmartly. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, member FDIC.
This is News Radio 700 WLW.
Cincinnati trails 57-44. We have 11 minutes and 6 seconds to go. The Bearcats were down by 17 and a half. They got it down to 7. Now they've missed 3 straight shots. They've had a couple of turnovers, and Xavier's turned it into a 6-0 run.
Turnovers are drive killers. That's exactly what they are. You hustle. You're fighting with everything you have just to make them miss shots because they're killing you in the paint, 30-18. So they miss a shot, you grab a rebound, and then you throw a blind outlet. They grab it, steal it, put it right back up and score. And then you guys are walking back on defense because they're exhausted because it takes so much physical and mental emotion and energy to come back from a deficit against a good opponent. A bad opponent, you can mow them down. But a team that can score almost every other play up and down the floor, if you're giving up at a 50% clip, then you cannot afford to have empty trips 2 times in a row.
One double-digit score for Cincinnati. That's Victor Locke, and he has 12 points on 5 out of 6 shooting. Sully Boom leads Xavier. He had 13 in the first half. He has 15 points now. And Jack Nungy is up to 13.
And this is where I would like some dedicated specials to get Victor Locke in the ball. He wants the ball. He has proven he can do something with the basketball. But when they get the ball over here and they're just holding it, and guys are waiting to see, like this, the NBA, they're like LeBron having the ball. They're waiting for guys to get out the way before they finally make a move. There's no movement. Guys are standing still. Don't put the ball in the hands of guys that can't score. Make the game easy.
Mike Adams-Woods will dribble the ball up the floor for Cincinnati, crosses center court with a righty dribble and hands it off for Nolly. Jeremiah Davenport and David DeJulius check back in during the timeout. A little more firepower on the floor. Here's Davenport passing for Nolly, fakes a 3, goes by Kunkel, feeds it under the hoop, layup up and in for Oguama, and he gets hacked in the act by Fremantle.
Beautiful play make by Landers Nolly. Pump fake, got his man in the air, went around him, did a Euro step, made him commit, dumped down to Odi Oguama, and he got the and one opportunity.
Beg your pardon, they called the foul on Claude, not Fremantle, his first. Oguama will try for the 3-point play. Couple of hard right-handed dribbles. Now the shot is in the air, and it is good. 5 points for Odi. Cincinnati trails by 10, 57-47. Claude catching a long pass in the front court. Feeds it between the circles for Colby Jones. Now Kunkel, no-look feed to the right, and Sully Boom drives to the free throw line, kicks it outside for Colby Jones. Jones stumbled but maintained his dribble. Xavier has it with 10 to shoot. Kunkel, top of the key for Fremantle. Back to Kunkel. Kunkel collides with Adams-Woods, driving into the lane, dumps it off under the basket. Fremantle with 2 to shoot, puts up a wild shot, no good. Odi Oguama is called for a foul.
He didn't. It's still straight up. He had his
Second foul on Odi Oguama. 2 shots coming for Zach Fremantle. Fremantle recently went over 1,000 career points.
I can see not getting the whistle at Xavier, but the Cincinnati Bearcats have not gotten the whistle in their own gym.
First foul shot no good for Zach Fremantle. 10:19 left, Xavier by 10. The senior has another free throw coming. Second shot up, that one's good. 9 points in the game for Fremantle. Xavier by 11. 10:16 to go. Adams-Woods into the front court. Dribble handoff for Nolly. Now Davenport toward the right sideline and DeJulius. Oguama sets a screen. DeJulius passes to Adams-Woods. Fakes a 3. Pass gets deflected over to DeJulius. His three-pointer is open, and he missed it. Claude has the rebound for the Musketeers. The freshman dribbles into the front court. Driving toward the bucket. Finds Boom open in the corner. His jumper's a swish.
Cantrell. Very good three-point shooting team.
That was a 2. It is 60-47 Xavier. 9:44 to go. Adams-Woods several steps outside the arc. Claude comes out to defend. Micah dribbling to the right side of the floor. Now Oguama sets a pick. Adams-Woods penetrating. Running bank shot is good for Mike Adams-Woods.
He's got to continue to attack and be aggressive. He can't just let them float around defensively.
Now Davenport with a deflection, but it goes back to Xavier. Xavier up by 11, 60-49. Here's Colby Jones, guarded by Landers Nolly. Gets it to Boom, who's been the best player on the floor today. Boom defended by DeJulius. Deflected the ball. It goes out of bounds. And Cincinnati fans and players can't believe that they think it was off David DeJulius.
He knocked it off of his foot. That's why it went the way it went.
Lee Castle, the official, who said it was off David DeJulius. They just showed the replay. Looked like Lee Castle got it wrong. Xavier's ball, 10 seconds left to shoot. Musketeers up by 11. Boom passes Fremantle for 3, and he makes it.
Unbelievable.
12 points for Zach Fremantle. 63-49 Xavier. Here's Locken passing to the left wing. Landers Nolly driving toward the hole. His running shot, no good. Tipped up and in by Victor Locken.
Johnny on the spot. Nolly wanted to rebound his own basket, didn't get a chance.
Cincinnati down 63-51. Colby Jones. Now it's Desmond Claude spinning on Mike Adams-Woods, dribbling along the baseline. Throws a pass that's saved inbounds by Kunkel. Kunkel driving with the right hand along the lane line. Follow-away jumper, no good. Tipped up and rebounded by Davenport. Cincinnati's ball with 8:18 to go. Down by a dozen, 63-51. Here's Adams-Woods near the top of the key to Davenport. Looking for an open teammate. And a foul be called on Fremantle. Roughing up Locken in the post.
Yes, he got the foul called, but he's open as soon as he gets the ball. Micah Adams says, I can't get it to him. He gives it to Davenport, and Davenport watches him and then pivots back. They don't blow the call. I mean, they don't blow the whistle. It's an empty possession again.
Nunji back in for Xavier. Kiki Tandy checks into the game for the first time. Cincinnati will throw it in for the baseline. Jeremiah Davenport is the trigger man. The Bearcats trail by 12. Davenport looks, bounces it under the basket, caught by DeJulius. Pump fakes, gets a defender in the air, shoots, scores, and the foul is called on Xavier. It's on Fremantle.
He's got his hands in the air still, saying that I just had my hands in the air. They go straight down. He doesn't bump you if your hands are straight in the air.
So DeJulius will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. If he makes it, Cincinnati is back within 9. Foul shot is up. It is a swish. 63-54 Xavier. 8:08 remaining. 10 points for David DeJulius. That brings the crowd to life again here at Sold Out Fifth Third Arena. Sully Boom will dribble the ball up the floor. Works it past center court with DeJulius all over him defensively. Now Kiki Tandy has it toward the corner and Kunkel. Kunkel wipes the ball in front of Mike Adams-Woods. Couldn't get by him on the dribble. Here's Fremantle, guarded on the perimeter by Locken. Three-point shot by Tandy, way off the mark. Rebounded by Locken. Outlets for DeJulius, who dribbles into the front court for Cincinnati. Bearcats down by 9. Crossover dribble, drive. Great pass under the hoop. Oguama's shot hit the underside of the rim, and it's rebounded by Boom. Sully Boom into the front court with 7:30 left in the game, and Xavier up by 9. Boom taking time off the clock, waits for a pick. Nunji sets it. Boom drives. His shot rejected by Locken and saved inbounds. Here comes Mike Adams-Woods crossing the timeline to Nolly. Pump fakes. Goes by Tandy. Dunks it in. We've got a whistle.
And one.
And a foul on Xavier.
Landers Nolly pump fake. Drives. Jumps off the right leg and dunks it hard with two hands and looks right in the camera and starts pumping his fist.
It's a 7-point game, and we've got a timeout with 7 minutes and 13 seconds to go. The score, Xavier 63, Cincinnati 56. It's the Crosstown Shootout presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's that time of year again, flu season. Right now is when the flu starts popping up everywhere. So don't get sick, get a flu shot. Your annual flu vaccine is your best protection against the flu. And you have better things to do, like spending time with the ones you love. And and doing the things that make you happy. So feel better knowing you've done all you can to keep yourself and everyone around you safe and healthy. It's easy to do, so get a flu shot and stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio, Medicare, Medicaid plan.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you plan for a brighter financial future. Kemba, your trusted next door financial partner. Learn more at Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 422067.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with great deals of the day on gifts they'll love, like 60 to 70% off men's and women's designer overcoats from Calvin Klein and more. 30% off party-ready juniors dresses. Plus, get 20 to 60% off the season's hottest toys. Best of all, everyone gets
13 seconds left in regulation. The Bearcats fell behind Xavier 13-1. The deficit was 17 points at halftime. Now it is 7, and Cincinnati will go to the free throw line coming out of this timeout. The Bearcats have never been closer than 7 after falling behind 13-1.
Dan, they're doing it because they're shooting 62% in the second half. 13 of 21, 2 of 5 from downtown, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. They're holding Xavier to 43% in the second half, 9 of 21, 1 of 6 from downtown. The rebound margin had pretty much stayed the same for a while, 31 for Xavier, 26 for the Bearcats. And then the points in the paint. At one point, it was 30-18. Now it's 30-28. The Bearcats have closed the gap on that. The points off turnovers was 9-4. It's 14-12 now. So the Bearcats have brought their energy, and because of that, the stats have just flipped.
Cincinnati has outscored Xavier in the second half, 32-22. So a 10-point margin in Cincinnati's favor since intermission. We have 7 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Cincinnati has been much scrappier, for lack of a better word, in the second half than the first.
Well, you know that the halftime adjustment of Coach Wes Miller was going to be, first of all, let them know that this team is not better than you. They're just tougher than you guys. You guys have got to meet their intensity and then up it a little bit. You don't even give yourself a chance if you don't just meet the intensity. Kenyon Martin's at half court with the cheerleaders, pumping up the fans over there, making sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Gave me the finger point. And this Bearcat team came out the second half, and they're ready to go, Dan.
Landers Nally will go to the free throw line coming out of the timeout. The foul, by the way, was called on Kiki Tandy. His playing time was short. Fired up a three that was no good, committed a foul, and he's out of the game.
Yeah, Kiki Tandy is your number one. He's a one-on-one player. So when he gets in the game, he's not running any offense. He's going to just break whatever they do, and he's going one-on-one.
See if the Bearcats can get it to 6. Nolly takes a deep breath, couple of dribbles, bends the knees, puts up the shot, and hits it. Cincinnati down by 6 with 7:13 to go. The crowd trying to make a difference now as Sully Boom dribbles past center court to Julius, all over him defensively. Here's Kunkel to Nunji between the circles. And Colby Jones got decked coming off a screen. There'll be a foul on Cincinnati.
Sean Miller wants him to go to the monitor.
Colby Jones down hurt, covering his face. He's face down on the court. And I imagine the officials probably will go to the monitor to take a look.
I think just like he was poking for the ball was loose.
Looked like he was coming off a screen, and as Oguama, tried to defend, it looked like he just, I don't know if he caught him with an elbow.
He did
or with
kiss
his
him with an
shoulder.
elbow, yeah. But he didn't see him. He was trying to get out to go get the ball, and the elbow hit him. I can see them trying to upgrade it, but it was an accidental elbow by Odi Oguama.
Colby Jones being checked out by the training staff, and he's fine. He'll stay in the game.
They'll say it's an accidental elbow.
Team foul number 6, so it won't be a shooting foul for the Musketeers. The personal on Odi Oguama was his third.
I go to the locker room, the bathroom, and I pass Steve Logan. Steve said, man, we got to just hit somebody.
He got his wish.
You got to hit somebody and make it rough. Whatever they're putting on is burning.
Yeah, it might have been a scratch. And to make sure that he's not bleeding, the training staff has put a little solution on that. Colby Jones able to stay in the game.
I know what the solution is. Get him out the game.
Jones will throw it in. Musketeers have most of their starters on the floor, except Hunter is in for Fremantle.
Oh, he traveled.
Hunter has the ball, lock and defends. Now Nunji, top of the key, hands it off for Colby Jones. Jones to the free throw line, driving along the lane line, goes to the left hand, misses the shot, but a foul is called on Cincinnati.
There's a lot of contact in this game, and that didn't seem like that's enough to draw a personal foul, as he is creating all of the contact by running into Odiaguama, dribbling into him. But that's what happens when you're not in front.
Foul's called on Odie, his fourth, with 6:49 to go. 2 free throws coming for Colby Jones, an excellent foul shooter. His first one is up, and it's no good off the back of the rim.
Well, Dan, for the first time this year, we've seen Odiaguama and Victor Locken in the game at the same time. Coach wanted to play bigs. He said it on the coach's show. He wants to play 2 big guys in order to meet the physicality of the Xavier team.
Second foul shot for Colby Jones. He puts it up, and he puts it in. So he makes 1 out of 2, and Xavier leads 64-57 with 6:49 to go. Davenport back in for Oguama. Cincinnati's ball in the front court. Here's to Julius, 30 feet from the bucket. Locken sets a pick. To Julius driving toward the basket. Reverse layup. No good. Offensive rebound. Locken.
That's not a foul?
Thought his feet got taken out from under him. No whistle. Xavier has the ball. Colby Jones driving toward the rack. Collides with Locken. His shot no good. Offensive rebound. Xavier stuck back up and in by Hunter.
Wow. Victor get his legs chopped up from underneath him on an offensive rebound, and they don't call it.
Just like that, Xavier back on top by 9, 66-57, 6:11 to go. Mike Adams-Woods dribbling outside the arc. Now Davenport between the circles. Hunter on him. On the wing, it's Nolly driving toward the baseline. There's a whistle and a foul. Landers puts it up and in, but it came after the foul was called on Colby Jones.
Landers is such a good baseline player. He tight ropes. All he has to do is force the issue to the point where the defense must concede or else pick up a blocking foul. They will open up the door, and then he will be able to go baseline to either pass or score.
Xavier's over the limit, so this will be a 1-and-1 for Landers Nolly. Davenport comes out. Oguama, despite 4 fouls, checks back in. Cincinnati's got to take advantage of free throw opportunities, down by 9 with 6:01 to go. Nolly with 7 points and a couple of rebounds in the game. Crowd gets quiet as he takes a deep breath. 2 deep breaths. Exhales. Puts up the front end of the 1-and-1 around the rim and in.
He's had some big moments here in the second half. The dunk, the pass down low, off the dribble penetration. Now if he can make these free throws and get a stop, put us in position.
Second foul shot is in the air. It is around the rim and in. He got 2 friendly rolls. Cincinnati trailing by 7 again. 66-59. 5:57 left. Boom dribbles into the front court, then taps the brakes. DeJulius extends defensively. Jones on the right wing. Top of the key for Nunji. Hands it back to Colby Jones. Now Boom driving along the lane line. Good defense by DeJulius. Here's Hunter, top of the key. He shoots a 3. No good. Rebounded by Locken. Cincinnati's ball down by 7. Nolly to Oguama. Dunks it in. Cincinnati pulls within 5. 5:30 to go. Xavier's ball. Boom calls a timeout. Cincinnati has cut a 17-point halftime deficit to 5 with 5:24 to go.
You didn't even see Odiaguama running the floor. Nolly got the ball in transition, and he's running, and everybody thinks he's going to give it up to DeJulius, who's in the right corner spotting up. He throws a shovel, no-look pass to his left, and Odiaguama takes 2.5. I'll give him the generous half step, and then cocks it back, jumping off the right leg for the slam dunk.
The second half score, 37-25 Cincinnati, as the Bearcats have pulled within 5 with 5:24 left. Now Sean Miller has called some excellent plays coming out of timeouts. We'll see what kind of shot Xavier gets here.
Yeah, he is an excellent out-of-timeout play caller, an elite one. And when I talked with Byron Larkin before the game, and Byron said, one of the things that Sean was different than the previous coach was that Sean demands that they do exactly what he says or he'll pull them out of the game. He's not going to play them because they're a senior or because they scored 20 points the last game.
Of all the coaches in college basketball who have been at it for at least 10 years, Sean Miller has the 5th best winning percentage. Xavier will throw it in with a 5-point lead, about 5.5 minutes to go. Here's Boom at the right point. Passes left side for Kunkel. Mid-post for Nunji, guarded by Oguama with 4 fouls. Lefty shot, no good. Rebound snatched by Locken. Cincinnati's ball down by 5. 5:10 left. Adams Woods into the front court. Cincinnati sets up offensively, trailing 66-61. Adams Woods dribbling outside the 3-point line. Works it toward the left wing. Brings it back toward the top of the key. Hits a cutting Oguama. Dunks it in. And a foul is called on Nunji. Cincinnati within 3 with 4:54 to go.
Oh, he dunked on him in stages. He got hit on the way up. The ball was on the rim. He pushed the ball in the rim and then came down, and then everybody started head tapping, signifying you got dunked on.
Posterizing Jack Nunji. And now Cincinnati can pull within 2. Odi Oguama, 3 hard right-handed dribbles. Bends at the knees, puts up the free throw. It is off the rim, no good. Fremantle has the rebound for the Musketeers. Xavier 66, Cincinnati 63. Boom into the front court. Passes for Colby Jones. Wipes the ball in front of Nolly. Dribbles to the right elbow. Passes to Nunji for 3, and he hits it.
I mean, Nunji, he's got 11 three-pointers coming into the game. He's hit 3 today?
2.
2 today, and of those 11, 9 have come from the top of the key.
69-63. Xavier by 6 after that 3-pointer by Nunji. Here's Locken, has the ball stolen by Fremantle, and then Victor commits a foul.
That's one thing he's got to get out of his game, is the minute that he does something bad, he turns it over, he tries to immediately get it back and instantly gets a foul.
Fremantle will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. That was team foul number 8 on Cincinnati. Davenport will check in. Odi Oguama will come out. Cincinnati got it to 3. Nunji hit a straightaway tray, then stole the ball from Victor Locken. Big free throw here for Zach Fremantle. The front end of a 1-and-1 with his team up by 6. The shot is up. Swish.
Odi Oguama and Victor Locken have played stellar in this second half, but they both, Dan, have 4 fouls. And this was the thing that we were thinking about coming into the game. We're not very deep on the front line. They got to play smart.
Second free throw by Fremantle. In. 5 quick points for Xavier. And just like that, the Musketeers are back up by 8 with 4:16 to go. Adams Woods has it, dribbling toward the right corner. Reverses direction, takes it toward the right elbow. Continues to dribble. Now in the middle of the court, passes for Davenport, who gives it back. 13 left to shoot. Davenport outside the arc, Fremantle on him. Lobs a pass that's intercepted by Kunkel. Another turnover for Cincinnati. 3:53 to go. Back-to-back possessions without a shot. Now Colby Jones has it for the Musketeers. Gets a pick from Nunji. Colby Jones continues to dribble, driving along the lane line to the hoop. Layup, good. Foul on Cincinnati.
They tried to ice him. You cannot isolate him on one side. He just crossed over dribble, used the screen again. Micah Adams, who's exhausted, comes down and just commits a silly foul.
That takes us to the under 4-minute media timeout. It was fun while it lasted. Cincinnati got it to 3. Before you could snap your fingers, it's back to a 10-point Xavier lead. 73-63 Musketeers will take a timeout. The Crosstown Shootout presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's flu season again. Don't get sick, get a flu shot. It's your best protection against the flu. So go get a flu shot today and feel better knowing you've done all you can to stay flu-free for you and me. A message from Molina Dual Options MyCare Ohio Medicare Medicaid plan.
We are Kemba. We live and work in the communities we serve. Our passion is to fuel your dreams for today and tomorrow. A loan for your car or first home. Financial support to grow your small business. Saving for life's big moments. Insights to help you plan for a brighter financial future. Kemba, your trusted next door financial partner. Learn more at Kemba.com. That's KEMBA.com. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 422067.
For quality, affordability, and fun for the whole family, you've got to visit Coleraine Family RV in Cincinnati. We have everyday low prices with hundreds of RVs to choose from towable trailers to motorized RVs. We have it all, and there's new units arriving daily. Shop top brands like Jayco, Grand Design, Coachman, and more. Plus, all RV purchases include extra protection with a 1-year RV Complete VIP membership to take the worry out of RVing. Visit Coleraine Family RV in Cincinnati today. Online at FamilyRVGroup.com.
Was within 3 with 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Odi Oguama went to the free throw line to try to make it a 2-point game. He missed the foul shot. Jack Nungy hit a 3. Victor Locken committed a turnover and then committed a foul. That led to 2 foul shots. The Bearcats turned it over again. Colby Jones laid it in as he got fouled, and roughly 1 minute after it was a 3-point game, it's a 10-point Xavier lead.
Margin of error for this Bearcat team is so small. You cannot have dry spots where you don't score. You can't turn the ball over when you're making runs. You cannot get beat off the bounce. Like, there's so many little things that you have to be locked in to close out a good opponent. You can't have mental breaks. And the Bearcats had a couple of mental breaks. And before you know it, a 3-point deficit's back to a 10-point deficit. And they're like, okay, where do we get this offense again? Because we scrummed it up. 2 of our best guys that were catalysts for this comeback have 4 fouls. Jeremiah Davenport hasn't been able to throw a rock in the ocean. I mean, then he's getting beat on the defensive end. Shuey, as good as he has been, 6 assists for the second game in a row. He has turned the ball over, and he's getting beat off the bounce. So they got to do a better job.
Colby Jones will be at the line to try to complete a 3-point play coming out of the timeout. He was named preseason first team All Big East. He has 14 points in the game.
When I say Shuey has no turnovers, 6 assists and 0 turnovers, but the turnover prior to that is the one that's continuing to just hamper this Bearcat comeback.
Colby Jones, 3 for 5 from the line. He'll try to make it an 11-point game. His shot is up, and it is good. Xavier by 11 with 3:42 to go. David DeJulius will dribble into the front court for Cincinnati. They've got him with the ball now. Nolly comes out to set a pick. DeJulius defended by Jones. Locken sets a screen. DeJulius drives, stops, shoots, and it's good. And Wes Miller calls a timeout with 3:26 left. He wanted to get Oguama in the game. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
They're going to take it to a full.
74-65. Xavier up by 9. That basket by David DeJulius gives him a dozen points in the game.
They got to continue to chip away. Look, it's still 3:26. They cut that margin down from the 7-minute mark down to about the 4:30 mark. They cut that thing down pretty quickly, down to 3. They got to do the same thing, which means they got to get out in transition, get the rebound, and push and get some in early transition.
Cincinnati's in a bad spot where fouls are concerned. The Bearcats have 9, so if they commit another, it's 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Musketeers. Xavier also with 9 fouls, but obviously it's not as big of a problem for Xavier with a 9-point lead and 3.5 minutes to go.
If we had a full complement of bigs, then it wouldn't be an issue. We can go blow for blow with this team because we would have to be able to rest Victor, to rest Odi Oguama, to spare them some minutes. But after this, I wouldn't even call it a fall off. The cliff is there. I mean, you are walking and all of a sudden you are in the bottom of the abyss because there is no one on the bench that he can put in that he trusts to play up against these bigs right now. So they're going to ride into the wheels fall off with both of these guys. Mix the zone up a little bit with some man-to-man. maybe some help and sag on the particular player. I don't know who you help and sag off. Maybe Fremantle if he's on the perimeter. He hasn't really made a three all year long. But these guys right now out here got to find a way to get it done.
Bearcats will extend their defense to the full court. Sully Boom, unfortunately for Cincinnati, is like a one-man press breaker. With the not-so-tight tights on those skinny but fast legs.
Yes.
Colby Jones can run the baseline and does. Bounces it into Boom. Here comes the double team. He gets it to Jones. Fires ahead for Fremantle. Fremantle wisely throws it back outside for Boom. Zach Fremantle might have taken a quick shot earlier in his Xavier career. Recognized that the clock is his friend, and I'm sure Sean Miller has a lot to do with that discipline. Now a great pass under the basket, and it's dunked in by Nunji.
Yeah, you keep going for the high-low, and you go for the steal instead of playing solid.
76-65, Xavier, 2:56 left. Adams Woods between the circles. Dribbling as he's defended by Kunkel. Now DeJulius open in the corner, didn't take a three. Pump fakes, draws contact, puts up a shot. It goes in. It'll be a three-point play opportunity as he drew the foul from Sully Boom.
He's starting to cook. He's got to cook. Can't wait. I mean, he's got to continue to get going and be aggressive. He can't wait and try to run the offense. He's got to turn into the offense and be aggressive.
2:47 to go. A free throw would make it an 8-point Xavier lead if DeJulius can put it in. He's got 14. His shot is up. He's got 15 points. 76-68. XU. 2:45 left. Kunkel in the backcourt passes for Boom, and Sully will cross the timeline with a right-hand dribble. DeJulius trying to take it away unsuccessfully. Fremantle lobs it under the basket. Tipped by Locken. Goes out of bounds off Nunji. They say that Locken tipped it off Nunji. Cincinnati's ball.
He's complaining to Sean Miller. Sean's like, get down the floor and play defense. Like, he's used to these big moments.
So the Bearcats force a turnover. They pass it inbounds. DeJulius waits till it rolls to center court before touching it, so the clock wouldn't start. Here's DeJulius at the right elbow, trying to initiate contact again. Passes into the middle of the lane. Locken with a power dribble. A right-hand bank shot that goes in.
Two-possession game. They climb back in it.
76-70 Xavier. 2:13 to go. Boom in the front court, passing for Colby Jones at the left point. His pass deflected by Locken, but it goes to Nunji. Nunji has it near the three-point line. Passes for Kunkel on the wing. Kunkel drives to the low block. Throws it out to Nunji for three. The 7-footer misses. Rebounded by Micah Adams-Woods. Cincinnati's ball down by 6. Here's Nolly. Pump fakes. Shoots a wide-open three. He missed it. Rebound kept alive by Locken, but it goes to Kunkel. Landers Nolly will never have a more open three-point shot. 76-70 Xavier. 1:37 to go. Boom dribbling out on the CPAW logo. Nolly on him defensively. Nunji sets a pick. Boom drives toward the hole. His floater, no good. Offensive foul called on Sully Boom, his fourth. Odio Guama stepping in to draw the charge.
You should hear the pregnant pause. He
Big
blew
time.
the whistle, and everybody stopped in slow motion, looked at the official, dropped that hand behind his head and pointed to the other direction, and everybody started to explode.
Cincinnati's ball down by 6, 1:29 to go. 76-70 is the score. Locken inbounds to Mike Adams-Woods. He will quickly dribble the ball up the floor. Tells DeJulius to come out and grab it. David does. Now it's Oguama to the right point at Adams-Woods. 1:20 to go. Lobs it to the short corner. Caught by Locken. Defended by Fremantle. Draws a double team. Pump fakes. Throws it out to Adams-Woods. 10 left to shoot. Micah driving right to the hoop. Collides with Nunji. Shot no good. No whistle. Rebounded by Xavier. Musketeers with the ball. 1:03 to go. They get it into the front court in Kunkel. Kunkel bounces it for Sully Boom. 57 seconds to go. Xavier up by 6. 15 on the shot clock. Boom dribbling on the CPAW. Nunji sets a screen. Boom still has it. Now maneuvering. Stops near the right elbow. Passes to Nunji. Three-point shot. Off the rim. No good. Cincinnati's ball. 41 seconds to go. Down by 6. The Bearcats have to hurry. DeJulius into the front court. David pulls up. Three-point shot. Got it! Cincinnati down by 3. 33 seconds to go. Full court pressure by the Bearcats. 76-73 is the score. Xavier inbounds to Boom. 28 seconds left. Xavier by 3. Boom dribbles into the front court. Nolly comes out defensively. Now it's Colby Jones. Hot course pass caught by Kunkel. We're down to 17 seconds to go. and a foul is committed by Cincinnati out near center court. It'll be 2 free throws for an excellent foul shooter, Sully Boom.
They ran 10 seconds off the clock trying to get a foul. Actually, it was 33 seconds on the game clock, 30 on the shot clock, and they ran it all the way down to 17. And you heard us in front of you, the coaches in front of us yelling, foul, 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 and they wasted 13 seconds.
Sully Boom will go to the line to shoot a pair. He is 3 for 3 in the game. He is a career 84% free throw shooter. His first one is up. It's a perfect swish. And Xavier leads by 4 with 17 seconds to go.
You don't necessarily need a 3 if he makes both of these. You got to run down there and get you a quick basket. Obviously, I like the quick 3 if you can make it. But if you can go downhill and get a quick basket and put the pressure on them again to inbound the ball, first of all, anything can happen in the Crosstown shootout.
77-73. Boom has another foul shot coming. The fifth-year senior puts it up. It's a miss, a rare miss, rebounded by Nolly. Here comes Cincinnati down by 4. 13 seconds left. DeJulius draws contact, banks it a 3. It's good. He could tie the game with a free throw. An unbelievable shot by David DeJulius. And the foul was called on Claude.
Wow. I told you anything can happen in a Crosstown shootout. You just got to put yourself in position to be lucky. And you got to believe.
A 4-point play opportunity for David DeJulius as he drew contact and banked in a 3-point shot. 77-76. Xavier with 11 seconds to go. Cincinnati could pull even if David DeJulius can make this free throw. He wipes his hands on his shorts. He does it again. He does it a third time as he waits to receive the basketball from official Joe Lindsay. Wipes his hands off again. 2 dribbles. The shot is up. It is good. We're tied with 11 seconds to go. Xavier's ball with a chance to win it. Sully Boom dribbling the ball up the floor. 7 seconds left. We're down to 5 seconds to go. Boom near center court. He's driving. His running shot blocked by Locken. A foul is called on Vic with 1.4 seconds to go.
Bearcats have any timeouts left?
Sully Boom with a right-hand drive along the lane line toward the basket, and Victor Locken reached out trying to block the shot and was called for a foul. Sully Boom has 2 free throws coming. 1.4 seconds remaining. 77-77 is the score.
I mean, wow. He doesn't even go to the huddle. He just sits at the free throw line like a kicker being iced. Wants to come out there, doesn't want to get in the huddle. You don't have to tell me anything. I know what my role is. My role is to make these. And he's upset.
Victor Locken fouled out, so Cincinnati had the opportunity to huddle up. Jared Hensley will check in for the Bearcats. Sully Boom with 2 foul shots coming.
Now, Dan,
made his first 4 today, missed his last one.
Let's say he makes both of these or even one of these. The way the scoreboard is, it's kind of hard to go link to the court and shoot a game winner.
First shot up. Good for Sully Boom. Xavier has the lead with 1.4 seconds to go, and Sean Miller will call a timeout.
So he's going to draw up a defensive play, and right now Wes Miller's going to draw up a home run play. And so if he misses this, I know they're going to discuss all options. And he's probably going to say, you know what, we're better off trying to miss this. But in a Crosstown shootout with 1.4, there's an opportunity to get a link to the court pass for either a 3 or a layup.
Well, I don't know if Ryan Fletcher is in the building, but Kenyon Martin and Melvin Levitt are here.
That's right.
For those of you who remember the Great Alaska Shootout.
Duke, yes.
And the famous play where Fletch threw the pass to Kenyon near the top of the key. He caught it in one motion, hit a cutting Melvin Levitt, who dunked it in for the game-winning basket against Duke.
Right behind me, Yancey Gates is in the building as well. So all the Bearcats are out. That Ryan to Melvin, to Kenyon to Melvin. We need one of those right now, but with 1.4, every coach works on this. You may not work on it every week, but every coach works on, especially in games where you anticipate being close at the end, work on a home run play, as you call, to win a ball game.
Going back to the Lenny Brown game, the first time Xavier beat Cincinnati when the Bearcats are ranked number 1 in the country, every time the Crosstown Shootout has been close, Xavier has won. The last 11 times it's been decided by 6 points or less, the Musketeers have come out victorious. The last time the Bearcats won this matchup by fewer than 6 was 35 years ago. There have been 7 2-point Xavier wins. There's been a 4-point double overtime win. Right now, it's a 1-point Xavier lead with 1.4 seconds to go.
Was that the game, Myron, who's cold-cocked the player in the game?
Not sure.
But I tell you what, there's ways you can get free throws without getting the ball in. Like if you throw the ball, like you're going to inbound it and you throw it to another guy who runs out of bounds, and that guy is running, you can sit there and take a charge on the defender who is trying to prevent you from throwing the ball in there. He runs you over, makes you go to the free throw line for a couple.
1.4 seconds left. Sully Boom has another foul shot coming. His first one has given Xavier a 1-point lead. Boom has 19 points in the game. To lead Xavier, David DeJulius has 22 to lead all scores, including a banked-in 3-point shot plus a free throw that tied it at 77. Boom wipes his hands on his shorts. Receives the ball from the official. Second foul shot up. It is no good. Rebounded by Nolly. Timeout called by Cincinnati. 0.7 of a second to go. That was missed intentionally, wasn't it, by Sully Boom?
It should have been over the line because he threw the ball on the rim and overstepped the line.
So the Bearcats have 0.7 of a second to throw the ball inbounds in the backcourt and try for a miracle shot to win this game.
So I wonder if they're going to look at the clock to see if there's any more time on there, maybe 0.9 or even one full second.
Every little bit helps, potentially. Free throw is missed with 1.4 seconds to go as rebounded by Nolly. Timeout was called pretty quickly, and so they will break this video down frame by frame to see exactly how much time Cincinnati should have, trailing by 1.
Dan, you don't have time to pump fake. So when that ball comes in, it's got to fly. Now, if he's close enough, try to jump into him and try to get the foul. They're going to wall up and jump, but just like Victor got his 5th foul where he walled up sideways and got the body contact, and he's at the free throw line. Don't try to pump fake. You only get 0.7. They didn't change it. So if you get 0.7, that's enough to catch and shoot. 0.9.
So 0.2 of a second put back on the clock. Cincinnati has 0.9 of a second. That is enough time legally to catch and shoot.
So the ball's on the side. Perfect. That's a better passing angle on the side instead of trying to do it under the basket, under this lower, the scoreboard, which hangs above the Fifth Third Arena. Oh, they're going to give it under the, what's it going?
Sully Boom is going to the line for 2 more free throws.
Oh, we didn't have any timeouts.
Cincinnati did not have a timeout when they called that last timeout. It's a technical foul. First free throw by Sully Boom is up and in.
Yeah, but they don't get the ball.
Bearcats were out of timeouts and therefore got called for a technical. Second shot good. We think that was intentional on Cincinnati's part, just to have the opportunity to throw the ball in. But now they're down by 3. They'll need a 3-point shot to try to force overtime. Boom making both free throws to take an 80-77 lead. Hensley will be the guy throwing it inbounds, and Nunji, the 7-footer, will try to make it difficult to throw the baseball pass. The pass deflected by Nunji, grabbed by Boom, and the buzzer sounds. Xavier wins it by the final score of 80-77. A valiant Cincinnati comeback comes up short as the Musketeers get 3 free throws by Sully Boom in the final 2 seconds to win the game by 3. And for the first time in the history of this rivalry, 90 games in, Xavier has a 4-game winning streak. Stay tuned for the post-game show coming up. You've been listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.